greatest of all teachers and giver of love, hope, faith, and wisdom, look upon your children, the teachers, learners, parents, guardians, and out-of-school youth and adults. We humbly ask for your mercy and forgiveness. Guide us to the right path. May our efforts be blessed with insights and understanding, wisdom and respect for all. Bless us with patience, for the path of learning is never easy. Bless our commitment to keep on learning new knowledge and experiences. Let your light shine upon us as we make our world a better place to live in. Amen.
Cognizant to the needs of our learners, parents, and teachers, the Department of Education provided us with powerful tools for productivity that will allow us to foster critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication and collaboration skills to be compassionate, responsible global citizens. Join us and discover new ideas in our series of professional development training program with the ICTS EdTech Unit and Microsoft Education Philippines. Together, we will equip our learners and empower our fellow educators for a dynamic future. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.
Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome back to our Tech Talks for all. Ayan, umagang kay ganda na naman po. At bago natin simulan, syempre I would like to introduce po ang kasama po natin ngayon sa ating show. Show talaga, no? May I call on po ang aking partner host for today, ang walang iba kundi si Sir PJ Lanot. Sir PJ, are you with us now? Hello po.
Yeah, no?
Ayan,
Good morning.
hello, sir.
Good morning po, Teacher Sari. You are live from where po exactly? From the Philippines?
From here po ako sa state of Marikina, Sir PJ.
The great state of Marikina. At ako naman po ay coming in live from Quezon City, the city of stars. Ayan, no? So
Wow.
kaya binabati po natin, Ms. Zari, no? Ang mga kasama po natin mga teachers from all over the Philippines. Kaya binabati po natin sila ng magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi, wherever you are in the world din. No? Di ba? Kaya po ito, kung makikita po natin, Ms. Zari, no? Sa Facebook po natin, sa chat box, ay marami pong bumabati sa atin. At unang-una na po dyan ay si Miss Angeline Joy Fernandez from SDO Bulacan Kalumpit, NHS. Ayan. Kayo po, may mga gusto po ba kayong batiin, Ms. Zari?
Of course, Sir PJ. Meron po ako na mataan dito. Isa from Las Piñas. Hello po, Teacher Mardy. Good morning po sa inyo. Welcome po sa ating Tech Talks and also to our teachers from Division of Agusan del Sur. Hello po, Teacher Jeneline Villarin Plaza. Good morning po sa inyo. Hope you are doing all well.
At sana rin po ay nakapag-almusal na po kayo or isasabay nyo po sa almusal itong show namin ni Teacher Zari. Di ba?
Yes po,
So,
Tech Talks and
mm,
Chill, Sir PJ nga.
yo, ay, gusto ko yan. Way to start the Saturday morning. So chill nga naman sapagkat mga ano tayo, day off tayo ngayon at ngayon ay additional learnings tayo. So sinasamahan
Totoo.
po tayo, Teacher Sari, ni Lenlen Cesar watching from Camarines Sur Division. Good morning po sa inyo.
Wow.
At si Raimer Fate watching from Pagadian City, Zamboanga del Sur, Santa Lucia Central Elementary School, Miss Sari. So I
Ayan, tas
understand, Miss Sari. Yes po.
yes, sir. Nakita ko lang po, meron po ako nakitang isang celebrity na bumabati sa atin dito.
Ba?
Si Sir John Lloyd Dihos.
Ayun.
Good morning daw from Lawaan 3, Talisay City of Cebu. Ayan, good
Ayun,
morning
diba?
po, Teacher John Lloyd.
At saka very well represented tayo from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, Mr. Teacher Sari.
Yes
And
po.
I understand this is the third Tech Talks for All na ginagawa sa atin. This is the third weekend, no, na ginagawa
Yes
sa atin. No, a question, Teacher Sari, ano yung
Yes,
mga take-away points mo nung Tech Talks 1 and 2 natin so far?
Teka lang, mapapayata ako kasi mahina yung memory ko. Hindi, pero last time po kasi we discuss about inclusive learning po, sir, where we discuss na everyone hindi talaga left behind, even from our students po, from our normal students sa ating normal school to our students that need specialized education. So, ang dami po namin natutunan, even I po, kasi ako po talaga hindi po ako familiar sa field of education, yung iba pa po ng part ng field of education. So, I really did learned a lot, and hopefully yung mga kasama natin ngayon na marami silang takeaways from those sessions po, no? Hanggang ngayon madadagdagan sila ng bago, fresh knowledge naman.
Ayan. So talaga, Teacher Sari, yun na nga isa sa mga namimiss daw nila, ikaw, yung iyong presence. Kaya po binabati natin muli ito naman si Riza Manuel live from YouTube from SDO San Jose City. Shout out po sa mga teachers ng Porais National High School, San Jose City. We are all watching right now. At magandang umaga po sa inyo, Miss Riza Manuel. Kayo po, Miss Teacher Sari, meron pa po kayong gustong i-shout out before we move forward with our program?
Eto po, sir, gusto ko lang po i-shout out from Teacher Raimer Fate. Sabi niya, I would like to greet po my teacher, Miss Fides Partoriza. Ayan, nabubulol na ako. Sorry for that. So, ayan, teacher, namimiss na daw po kayo ni Teacher Raimer. Hello daw po. Good morning.
Dito pa talaga sila nagkita no?
Totoo, sir. Kasi marami din po talaga mga teachers and students na possible talaga na magkita dito sa ating Tech Talks. Kasi ang ating Tech Talks po, again, is for everyone. From teacher to parent to admin to students. So, open for everyone. Diba?
Alam mo, Teacher Sari, nabanggit mo kanina, marami kang takeaways dun sa ating TED Talks na session 1 and 2. At itong 3 na ito, hindi lang po ako uma-attend dito, Teacher Sari, bilang isang host. A-attend din ako bilang isang participant. Kasi I understand, talagang this is gonna be a power-packed morning for learnings talaga and reflection, Teacher Sari.
Sir PJ, it will be.
Yan.
So, para naman po bigyan tayo ng konting overview, Sir PJ. Sa ating Tech Talks po kasi ngayon, ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon ay talaga namang can help everyone, especially our educators, parents, and our students feel connected during a time of this time, yung physical isolation, quarantine tayo, we don't have any other choice but to stay at home. So, ang topic natin for today ay pinamagatang reaching out through and beyond screen. O, diba? So, familiar po ba kayo sa SEL, Sir PJ? SEL po, S-E-L.
SEL, hindi nga At ito, ang inattendan ko talaga kasi I understand ito yung matututunan natin, Teacher Sari.
Sige po, sir. Tanong naman po natin yung ating mga viewers today, sir. How about you viewers? Sige nga po, can you type? Kayo po, kung alam nyo, kung familiar kayo, can you type what does SEL stands for sa ating comment section?
Ayun. Or SEL daw. Sige, habang hinihintay natin, Teacher Zari, batiin natin si Marilu Dinfonturam pala. Morta, sabi raw po good morning to all of us. Marilu Morta po watching from Damortis, Elementary School, Santo Tomas District, La Union Division. Kayo po ba, Ms. Zari, meron po ba, yung mga parents niyo po ba ay galing sa iba't ibang parte rin ng Pilipinas? Meron po ba kayong probinsya, Ms. Zari?
Yes po, actually my mother po is from Bicol region naman. Yung papa ko talagang solid, legit na Mariqueño. So talagang dito lang siya sa Manila. So
Ayan.
ayan, so hello po teachers from Bicol. Hello po.
Ayun. Saan po sa Bicol, Ms. Zari? Baka talagang nandito sila ngayon, di ba?
Actually, sa Bicol, saan nga ba sila? Masan ka? Hindi, joke lang. Sa Tabaco City po. Ata akong city pa
Tabaco.
yun. Yes po,
Oo.
yes po. So,
Yes,
tagal ko
yes.
na rin hindi nakakadalaw doon eh.
Mm-mm.
Sana, after
Oo,
yung pandemic.
Of course, tara mabisita natin yan. At ito, nagsasagutan na sila, Teacher Zari. Ang sagot daw po nila sa SEL, yung Social and Emotional Learning, ito po ay galing kay Miss Liberty Carion. Ayan.
Wow, you got it correct, teacher. So, SEL stands for Social and Emotional Learning. So, sa mga tao po, sa mga educators natin dyan na hindi pa po natin or hindi pa talaga familiar or master itong part na to sa education, nako for sure, hindi matatapos ang session na ito na wala kayong matututunan at hindi nyo mamamaster ang SEL from our expert speakers for this morning. Bigatin ito, Sir
Oo.
PJ. I can tell
Yes.
you right away.
Okay, so moving forward tayo at before we do that, ito na yung nabanggit mo nga kanina, no? Ang probinsya, yung lineage ay galing Tobacco. May mga sumagot na po galing Tobacco. Art Teodoro, good morning everyone joining from Tobacco National High School, Region 5 Bicol SDO Tobacco City.
Yun.
Sir Art at sa mga kababayan po ni Ms. Zarina, magandang umaga po sa inyo at sa lahat po ng mga makakapanood nito during the replay session. Muli, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are in the world at kung anong oras nyo man po ito pinanonood. Ms. Zari, ano po ba ang next session natin? Ano po ba ang moving forward natin sa ating program?
So, for this program po, sir, siguro po to welcome everybody. Siguro tawagin na po natin ang isa sa familiar faces here. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to all of you, virtual palakpakan naman dyan, everyone, for the head of DepEd EdTech Unit, Mr. Mark C., to give his welcoming remarks to everyone. Sir Mark? Ayan. Hello, sir.
Hello po.
Good morning.
At maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay sa atin dito po sa ating laging ginagawa every Saturday, which is all about Tech Talks. Now that we have the pandemic situation, marami sa ating mga learners, even our parents and teachers are actually having this emotional stress or distress, alin man mga ito, na isa ako sa nakakita ng teacher na talagang umiyak because I have a friend here na kasama ko sa bahay na aminado ako na ako ay marunong magturo on how to deliver online or distance learning. But for those who are not aware of it, who are not that comfort, talagang makikita ninyo yung stress lalo na yung mga unang bahagi sa pagpasok ng taon ng kanilang pagtuturo. From the face-to-face instruction na naging distance learning, alam niyo po, nakita ko talaga na umiiyak siya. Tapos sinasabi niya, ang hirap, bakit ganon? Pag nakikinig ako siya, parang ang dali-dali. Pero pag ako na yung gumagawa, parang ang hirap-hirap. At kalaban pa doon ay yung internet connection. Talagang dumating yung punto na nagsasalita siya, nagtuturo siya. Tapos kinalagit ko siya, uy, disconnected ka? Ako pa yung nagsabi sa kanya na disconnected siya. At feel niya na nagtuturo siya na akala niya nakikita siya ng mga learners niya. Ako naman, no, disconnected kaya siya. Kumbaga, lahat ng mga teachers, mapabata man o seasoned teachers, ay napagdaanan ito. At ako mismo, nalulungkot din kapag nakakarinig ng, sir, parang hindi naman ako effective as a online distance teacher. Or, sir, parang hindi ako effective pagpasok ng ganitong mode of teaching kasi parang pang face-to-face lang ako. Ang lagi kong sinasabi, it's your coping mechanism. paano i-adapt yung sarili mo sa ganong klase ng sitwasyon at paano mo ihahanda at patuloy na i-enhance ang inyong sarili. Maniwala kayo, after those breakdowns, so talaga nakikita ko siya, buwan talaga. As in, nag-check siya, hirap na hirap siyang mag-check. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? Kami nagtuturo kami, hindi ka nakikinig sa mga tinuturo namin. At nung nagabayan ko siya on that way, alam niyo po, ngayon, gumagamit siya ng virtual mechanism sa pagtuturo, hindi siya nasa-stress, alam niya kung ano ang gagawin, alam din niya kung paano ibibigay ang mga assessment. At sabi niya sa akin, ay, ang dali pala. Nung natutunan niya yung mga ito, napadali talaga ang lahat dahil nagkaroon siya ng automatic system on how to check the materials. Kung may learner siyang hindi naka-attend ng session dahil hindi strong ang internet connection, hindi na naaapektuhan ang kanyang emosyon dahil ang laging kanyang sinasabi, there is always a way, you can always watch the replay of their session kasi natuto na rin siyang mag-record. At sa mga matututunan ng ating mga participants ngayon, it's very important yung tinatawag nating SEL, yung social and emotional learning. Lahat tayo ay nagdadaan sa ganitong klase ng pagkakataon na parang gusto kong mag-give up dahil hindi ko yata kaya. May word tayong ginamit doon, yata, and it's just an opinion. Maybe true to you, but not true to everybody. Pero lahat tayo ay kayang tanggalin ang yata at kakayanin natin at sasabihin natin, yaka natin yan, kayang-kaya. So, I enjoy more about SEL in this Saturday. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Wow, Sir Mark. Very good. Ang mga natutunan ko doon, Ms. Zarina, is that number one, kayang-kaya mo yan. O, di ba? Yung yata ay magiging yaka. Di ba? At ito yung sinabi ni Sir Mark, yung maniwala ka. Ayun. Tama nga naman. Nakaka-uplift, no? Lalong-lalo na ngayong Saturday morning at magte-TechTalks and chill tayo ngayon, Teacher Zari.
Totoo, sir. Ayan. So actually naka-relate din po ako kay Sir Mark eh. Kasi ngayon kasi lahat naman tayo, it is our first time to experience this kind of situation. This pandemic really did taught us a lot of things na never pa natin na-experience before. So ayan, so sa mga teachers natin, alam ko, I understand, I have friends around me talaga na teachers sila, na alam nila na mas magaling sila sa face-to-face, and then they are not that really techie pagdating sa pagtuturo. Alam lang nila mag-Word, mag-PowerPoint, mag-present, 'di ba, sir? So when it comes nagkaroon tayong transition into virtual learning talaga, marami silang doubts na, ala, baka hindi ko magawa, ala, baka hindi ko maturuan ng maayos sa aking mga estudyante, lalo na yung mga younger learners po, di ba? Nasa sa loob lang eskwela, hirap na nilang i-manage. What if nasa loob pa sila ng bahay nila, kung saan napaka-confident sila na gawin lahat. Kasi bahay nila yon, di ba po, sir? So, ayun, simula ang dami rin nilang, hala, hindi ko kaya to, baka hindi ko kaya. Pero nung sinubukan nila from within, na they believe na, hindi, kaya ko to, na naisip nila na, wala naman talagang madali sa umpisa. Lahat mahirap. So, it's just about how you do things, how you will do things. So, ayun, ang mahalaga is kahit mabagal ang process, basta nagmo-move forward, matututo tayo. Ayan, dami ko sinabi.
Ayun, oo. At saka parang pag-ibig, di ba? Ang pinakamahalaga ay nag-move forward. Maski mabagal, basta sure. Slowly but surely, basta umaandar. Gusto natin yan.
Sir.
Umagang-umaga, may hugot.
Para lang yung movie, sir, Sir PJ, no? Yung Robinson, sabi, just keep moving forward, teachers. Mahirap, pero hindi imposible. Yan, shout out.
Yung yata ay pwedeng yaka. At ngayon po, sinasamahan tayo nila Ichon Virginia. Good morning po from Patul National High School, Santiago City of Region 2. At ito naman, si Bernadette Puno, watching from Ganduz National High School. Aba, talagang,
Ang dami na nila, sir.
Oo. all over YouTube and all over Facebook, Ms. Zari.
Totoo to, sir. Tapos, ayan, ang dami pa dito, sir, mga nag-good morning. Talagang gising na sila. Teacher Lady Dorothy Porle Fajardo, good morning with heart pa yan, sir. Tapos, nandito rin po si Teacher Judith. Ayan, good morning po. Teacher Riza, good morning. Teacher Jeneline, good morning. Good morning. Teacher Rosario, Marilyn, Teacher Gina, Teacher Arden, good morning po. Ayan, nagra-round of applause sila. Siguro nagustuhan din nila yung welcoming ni Sir Mark C. for everyone. Good morning din po, Teacher Dana. Ay, ang dami nag-good morning. Gusto ko silang banggitin isa-isa, sir, because dito sa
Sige
Tech
po, go ahead.
Talks,
Opo.
walang left behind. And we're gonna do all our best as hosts to mention everyone kasi ayaw namin may nala-left behind. Ang sakit kaya nun, Sir PJ, no?
Na ma-leave behind, ano?
Totoo,
Oo nga.
sir.
At binabati natin mula tiga Barosauain Memorial Integrated School ng Malolos City, Central Luzon, si Ryan Vincent Cruz and si Singli Oglasan mula naman sa Liloan, Don Bosco Liloan, Cebu. Aba, talagang power packed itong session natin, Teacher Zari.
Totoo naman po, sir. Ayan, o, di ba sabi, more power pa daw po sa EdTech Unit from Teacher Debs, Kainar, Gorospe, at good morning po, Teacher Maria Cecilia Vasconcelio from Lucrecia R. Casilag Senior High School, SDO, Quezon City. Taga dyan, Sir
Quezon
PJ.
City! Of
Lapit
course.
bahay niyo
Diba?
po.
Oo, talagang ilang tumbling lang, Teacher Zari.
Totoo, sir. Ayan. So, ang dami na. Teachers, sige, just keep hitting up our comment section. Di namin kakalimutan later. But of course, teachers and viewers, wag niyo kakalimutan, hashtag TechTalks naman dyan. Kailangan niya, hashtag TechTalks, wag niyo kakalimutan sa ating comment section. And don't forget din po, during our discussions with the speakers and everyone, send in niyo lang po yung mga questions ninyo. Meron po tayong Q&A session for each of our speakers. So, wag po ninyong sasayangan ang opportunity to talk to them, to ask them. These people are really expert on what they do and what we will be discussing today. So, don't forget to ask questions. Use our comment section right there. Okay.
Yan. Okay, so ako excited na ako dito sa SEL natin kasi 'di ba,
Yes.
social and emotional learning. Lalong-lalo na ngayon, 'di ba? We have to cope. Tapos even yung mode of learning and teaching natin limited sa ganito kaliit na screen. So ako po ay hype up na tulad ng ating mga teachers all over the Philippines, Teacher Zari.
Totoo yan, sir. So, sabayan na natin silang ma-excite, sir, at mathrill. So, simulan na po natin ang pagpapakilala sa unang sasabak at haharap sa ating mga viewers for today. So, teachers, to start our discussion for today, for our first speaker, we have a licensed teacher, a mindfulness-based cognitive behavior therapy facilitator, and an online coach. She's an alumni of Fast Eastern University where she took her bachelor's degree in psychology. Pinagpatuloy naman niya ang kanyang master's degree for guidance and counseling sa Philippine Normal University. And hindi lang yon. Our first speaker also earned 3 years of units for law from University of Manila. Nako, grabe yung credentials. Ang bigat agad. Our amazing speaker have performed lots of roles. One as a guidance and values education chairman in Manuel Rojas High School and a vice president for training and development in APA Philippines Inc. Mga kaguruan, mga ulirang parents, and our beloved students, sabay-sabay tayo mag-virtual palapakan. Guidance officer and school principal, here is Miss Katharine Eligido. Good morning, Teacher Kathy. Hello po.
Binabati po natin ang mga nanonood sa atin from Alcala, Cagayan Valley, si Rudelin Antonio at si Rosalie Daramas naman ay galing sa Imus City. Ito po si Jessie Pungyan ay galing naman po sa Brooks Point, Palawan. Aba, talagang all over the Philippines tayo. At si Faye Valencia naman ay galing sa SDO Antipolo. Ayan. Talagang
Ayan, ang dami.
So ready po tayo. So ready when you are, Miss Catherine?
Yes po.
Ay po.
So, ayan. So, while waiting for Miss Catherine, naalala ko lang nabanggit mo yung Palawan, sir. Ano, 'di ba po parang summer feels na tayo ngayon
Oo
eh.
nga.
And isa ang Palawan sa maraming beaches, maraming mga hike site.
Mhm.
Meron kasi ako dati diyan inakyat na bundok, sir, and super ganda. Ayan. Hello, sir. Miss Cathy. Teacher Cathy,
Hello
hello
po, good
Hi
po.
po,
morning po.
hello
Good
po. Ayan.
morning.
Kasasabi niyo lang po kanina ng mga problem sa connection. Ito na po. Totoong-totoo po, di po ba?
Tama
Yan, good
po.
morning po. Good morning to everyone po. Hello po. Pa-shoutout po sa aking mga kapwa teachers. Hello po. Ako po ay isa ring guro. Huwag po kayo mag-alala. Pare-parehas lang po ang level natin dito. Ako lamang po ay naatasan na magsalita. Pero alam niyo po, we will be sharing a lot of common things together po. Promise. No, yung pong mga binanggit kanina ni Teacher Zari, ni Sir PJ, naku, sobrang ano po yan, tunay na nagaganap sa ating buhay. Di po ba? So, yun po. So, as I move on po, so let me share po ang ating pong topic for today. Yun na po, nabanggit ko po kanina, no? About SEL po. So, ito po is how can educators foster social and emotional learning amid social distancing? So, ang dami po nating mga pinagdaanan, di po ba? Nag-anniversary na nga po ang pandemya at nagiging tuloy-tuloy pa po. So, hindi ko na po yan masyadong pakakahabaan. And for our learning objectives for today, marami po tayong aaralin at sana po nakapagkape na kayo at nakapag-almusal para po sa ating strength. So, we will be understanding po social emotional learning po, in an educator's perspective. Second po is we will know the core competence of SEL. SEL na lang po para medyo short. And ang pangatlo naman po is we will be recognizing classroom strategies that nurture the development of SEL in a remote learning setup. So, ibang-iba nga po ang ating setup ngayon, di po ba? So, tingnan po natin, ano po ba ang maitutulong ng SEL sa ating pong setup? Okay, ano po ba ang emotional or social emotional learning? In a nutshell po, ito po yung ang Collaborative for Academic, Social and Emotional Learning or ang CASEL. Sila po ang medyo kinikilala ngayong authority when it comes to SEL. So they defined SEL as the process through which all young people and adults acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to develop healthy identities, manage emotions, and achieve personal and collective goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain supportive relationships, and make responsible and caring decisions. So, di po ba, medyo big word, di po ba? Pero alam po ninyo, no, SEL is an integral part of education and human development. Kasi po, it provides a foundation for positive long-term effects on kids, adults, and also our communities. So, hindi lang po siya pambata actually. Even adults can learn from SEL. Another thing po about SEL, ang mga people po, no, as studies have shown, people with strong social emotional skills are better able to cope with everyday challenges, and they benefit academically, professionally, and socially. So, from effective problem solving to self-discipline, from impulse control to emotion management, at mas marami pa pong iba. So, kung titignan po natin, di po ba, in our present condition, ito po yung kailangan po natin. Di po ba? Yung strong social emotional skills. Kasi po, we need to cope. Di po ba? At ang challenges po natin every day is really enormous. Di po ba? So, everybody po will agree with me. So, in a glimpse, ano po ba ang social emotional learning? In my next slide, ang sabi po niya is, ang social emotional learning po for kids, they help kids work on things like coping with feelings and setting goals. Alam ko po, as educators, so damang-dama po natin ito, di po ba? Yung ating pong mga bata, di po ba? Yung ating pong mga estudyante na minsan nga po, di ba, tawag natin sa kanila ay anak. Ako po, I call my students anak. Di po ba? So, anak, nagawa ba natin, di po ba? So, setting goals po yun di po ba? So, with the present pandemic that we have, totoo po yun, hindi lang naman mga bata ang struggle with coping, even as adults. So, yun po. Ito po yung ating mga dapat natandaan. So, it also helps with interpersonal skills like working in teams and resolving conflicts. Yan. So, ang dami pong conflicts ng mga bata, di po ba? Dahil sila po ay nagde-develop pa lang as individual. So, there are times talaga nagkakaroon sila ng conflict. Even face-to-face po, di po ba? Konting ano lang po, biglang magsasagutan na. Mamaya maririnig niyo po, nagtataasan na sila ng boses. No? At alam niyo po ba, even online, no, nagkakaroon po sila ng conflicts. Sa totoo lang. So, siguro i-touch po natin yan. No? And next po is, ang emphasis po ng SEL in schools, no, will reduce or can help reduce bullying and disciplinary incidents. So ito po yung isa sa mga goal ng mga schools, di po ba? Mabawasan natin or ma-reduce po natin ang bullying cases natin. And of course, yung mga tao po, mga bata po, na sinesend kadalasan po, no? At kinakausap po sa isang sulok ng mga teachers because of some disciplinary incidents. Pero, ano po, sa madalian po, tingnan po natin, ano po ba ang naging impact ng pandemic sa atin? Po ba? As individuals, sa atin pong schools, no, ang COVID-19 pandemic, according po ito sa United Nations Policy Brief, no, done in August 2020, no, ang COVID-19 pandemic po has created the largest disruption of education systems in history. Okay po? So, simula po noon hanggang ngayon po, ito po ang kinoconsider na may pinakamalaking effect. So it has affected nearly 1.6 billion learners in more than 190 countries and all continents. Dito pa lang po nakakalungkot na pong isipin, di po ba? At ang closures po ng schools and other learning spaces ay nagbigay po ng 94% impact sa world's student population. And up to 99% po in low and lower middle income countries. Nakakalungkot po. Ito pa lang po, no, sa education sector pa lang po, napakalaki na po ng impact ng pandemic. So what more? Di po ba? Sa iba pa pong mga ano. So dito pa lang po, very stressful na siya. Di po ba? Even to our students, di po ba? To us as teachers po. So, ang question now is, given po na may ganito po tayong condition, so, bilang guro po, tayo po ay mga guro. So, anong attitude po ba? What attitude or behavior do your student bring in during online class? Given this kind of situation that we have, di po ba? Given all our anguish mentally, physically, no? Stressful po ang ating naging situation. Tapos po, di po ba, as teachers, ito po ang ating sana, di po ba, yung estudyante ko, no, dagdagan ng kasipagan, dagdagan ng konting bilis, di po ba? Sana maging magkaroon sila ng motivation. So, ito po yung mga common na questions natin as individuals, as parents, and as teachers. Di po ba? Ano po bang classic attitude ang gusto natin dalhin ng ating mga anak? No? Good news is, ang SEL po can be taught and applied at various developmental stage from childhood to adulthood and across diverse cultural contexts. So para po ito to articulate what students should know and be able to do for academic success, school and civic engagements, health and wellness, and fulfilling careers. Ayan po. So ang SEL po pala can be taught. Yes, matagal na po itong actually pinapractice ng mga educators. Pero from time to time po, siyempre po hindi po tayo nasanay. So ngayon po, gusto natin siyang tingnan ulit. I-revisit po natin ang SEL. At paano natin matutulungan ng ating mga bata when it comes to SEL. So ang SEL po has 5 broad and interrelated areas of competence. Ito po yung dapat nating ma-develop among our children or our students. So ito po yung self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills po, and responsible decision making. So nakakatuwa po, di po ba? Na parang ang laki, no? Pero can we do this? Tingnan po natin itong next slide. For the pie graph po. So yun po, you would see yung social emotional learning po, encircled po siya ng 5 components. So yung po, yung pong medyo dark na blue. So you would see po doon, ito po ay inuumpisahan sa classroom. Okay po? So yung SEL curriculum and instruction po, i-integrate yung mga social and emotional learning, especially po yung mga principles of this sa ating pong classroom. Next po, circle of concern is yung school. Kung saan po, yung mga schools po, school-wide po will be practicing, at isasama po ito sa mga programs and projects and policies of the school. Okay, para mas magkaroon po siya ng diin sa ating pong mga students. And the third po na circle of concern is yung homes and communities. So may ita-transfer po pala ito? Yes. We can transfer SEL po with our homes and with our communities. And I believe later po, i-discuss po ito further. Okay? So, tulong-tulong po ito, if you would see, interrelated po siya, yung 5 components po, and interrelated din po siya sa kabuuan po ng school, our home, and our communities. Okay po. So, for the next slide, tingnan po natin isa-isa. Let's deal with the 5 core competence po. Tingnan po natin siya kung ano-ano po ang component nito. Una-una po yung self-awareness. Ito po yung abilities to understand one's own emotions, thoughts, and values and how they influence behavior across contexts. So included po dito ay yung pong identifying emotions, recognizing strengths and needs, developing the growth mindset of children, demonstrating honesty and integrity, linking feelings, values and thoughts, experience self-efficacy. So, dun po sa mga may psychology background, self-efficacy po, ito po yung theory ni Albert Bandura. Yung belief po in oneself to succeed in a particular situation. Okay, and developing interest and a sense of purpose. Di po ba minsan sinasabi po natin sa ating mga sarili, lalagpasan din natin to, matatapos din ito. Yan. At matatapos ko rin ito, mapagtatagumpayan ko rin ito. So, yun po, self-efficacy po yun. Diba? Those are part of self-awareness. Okay, second core competence po inside SEL ay ito pong self-management. Okay, so ano naman po ang self-management? Ito po yung the abilities to manage one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors effectively po in different situations and to achieve goals and aspirations. So kasama po dito yung managing one's emotions. Okay, so dito po yung alam niyo po, diba, very familiar po tayo sa mga anger management. Ayan po, kasama po yan dyan. Identifying and using stress management strategies. Because we are in a stressful situation now. So, may mga strategies po tayong ini-explore and ating pong ginagamit sa ating mga sarili. Exhibiting self-discipline and self-motivation, setting personal and collective goals, using planning and organizational skills, showing the courage to take initiative. Yan, gusto natin ito para sa ating pong mga students, di po ba? And demonstrating, personal and collective agency. So, ito po yung included dito sa self-management. Sa pangatlo po na core competence inside SEL, ito naman po yung social awareness. Ano po yung social awareness? Ito po yung ability to understand the perspectives of others po. And empathize with others, including those from the diverse backgrounds, cultures, and contexts. So, this includes po taking one's perspective, nire-recognize po natin yung strengths in others, okay, demonstrating empathy and compassion, okay, showing concern for the feelings of others, okay, understanding and expressing gratitude, recognizing situational demands and opportunities, and understanding the influences of organizations and systems on behavior. Right now po, ang isa pong parang nakikita kong nagiging concern po, di po ba? Sinasabi nila, napaka-toxic na ng social media. Pero alam niyo po, dito po yan papasok sa social awareness. Na even kahit po tayo ay nasa virtual na communication, we can still practice this. No? We could still recognize and demonstrate empathy and compassion towards others, even virtually po. Okay, next po, pang-apat po dito sa core competence is the relationship skills. Ano po ang relationship skills? So these are the abilities to establish and maintain healthy and supportive relationships and to effectively navigate settings with diverse individuals and groups. So included po dito is communicating effectively as an individual with others, okay, developing positive relationships, which is kailangan po natin ngayon yan. Ano po ba? Demonstrating cultural competency, practicing teamwork and collaborative problem solving. Yan po. Ito po kailangan po ng mga students natin, no? Kapag sila nag-grouping po, no? With their tasks in school. Resolving conflicts constructively. Okay? Resisting negative social pressure, showing leadership in groups, and seeking or offering support and help when needed. And then standing up for the rights of others. Ayan. So, ito po yung included dito sa pag-develop ng relationship skills. At yung pag-lima po, has something to do with responsible decision making. So, ano naman po ang responsible decision making? Ito po yung mga abilities po to make caring and constructive choices about personal behavior and social interactions across diverse situations. So, included po dito, yung pong demonstrating curiosity and open-mindedness of our students, identifying solutions for personal and social problems. So learning to make a reasoned judgment after analyzing information, data, facts, anticipating and evaluating the consequence of one's actions. Okay, so ito po yung nagiging sila responsible. Okay, recognizing how critical thinking skills are useful both inside and outside of school. Reflecting on one's role to promote personal, family, and community well-being, and evaluating personal, interpersonal, community, and institutional impacts. So, napakalawak po, di po ba? So, naku po, di po ba? Alam mo, pag binabasa lang po natin to, di po ba? Paano ko yung gagawin, di po ba? So, sa totoo lang po, no? I want to make a shout out sa ating mga teachers. Sa totoo lang po, magaling po ng mga Pinoy teachers, promise. Hindi ko po sa sinasabing tayo po ang pinakamagagaling. Pero sa totoo lang po, ang gagaling po ng mga Pinoy teachers, when it comes po sa pag-handle po ng mga students natin. Kahit po napaka-challenging po ng ating mga conditions, nagagawan po talaga natin siya ng paraan. Kaya sa totoo lang po, itong SEL to, na ito pong inaaral natin, minsan po, sa tingin nyo, parang hindi nyo siya nagagawa kasi may mga technical terms. Pero sa totoo lang po, kahit hindi ko po ituro ito or italk to sa inyo ngayon, yung iba po dito at karamihan po dito ginagawa nyo na. Sa totoo lang po, nauna pa kayo sa akin. Nauna pa tayo sa pandemya. Ginagawa na po natin talaga ito. Pinapractice na po natin ito sa classroom. Okay? So, bakit pa tayo nag-uusap dito? Di ba? Ito po ay just to reiterate that our actions as teachers po, meron po tayong mga ginagawang practices na kailangan pong ipagpatuloy natin because it is inside the SEL's principle. So ano-ano po itong mga strategies na to? Okay. Una pong strategy that we can implement sa ating classroom is yung pag-mimic po ng classroom structure. So paano po ito? Ita-transfer lang po natin yung mga familiar routines natin na ginagawa natin po sa loob ng classroom when we are in the face-to-face setting. At yung relationship po na binibuild po natin with our students, ita-transfer po natin yan in a virtual setting. Okay, di po ba before po madalas tayong kumausap ng mga bata, we can still do that po virtually. Okay? We can use the social media po, pwede po kayong mag-chat and message sa kanila personally po just to ask them. So, imimimik po natin yun. So, ano po yung mga pwede nating imimik? Halimbawa po, yung mga unstructured recess, Kunyari po, di po ba, sa face-to-face, totoo naman po, ito po yung favorite subject ng mga bata, di po ba, recess. So, kapag sila po ay nagre-recess, pwede po natin, yung food natin, kung saan naman po yung mukbang, ilagay po ninyo sa harap ng inyong screen, and then you eat together with your students. Tapos, so, ay, pengi naman yung yung baon mo, pengi naman yung food mo, di po ba? So, that could be very fun. Nakakita po ako ng ganun sa isang preschool, tuwan-tuwa po yung mga bata. They are showing what they are eating po dun sa kanilang mga classmates. Tapos minsan po yung iba talagang jokingly, nilalapit pa po nila dun sa camera. So, oy, ang sarap naman ng baon mo. Oy, ang sarap naman ng food mo. So we can use that po. Okay. So using breakout rooms, doon po sa ito po yung mga example po, no? Doon po sa mimicking classroom structures. Okay po, so gagamit po tayo ng breakout rooms, we can use the chat box po, tapos yung mga emojis po, alam mo sa totoo lang po, tuwan-tuwa po ang mga bata dyan sa mga emojis, no? At minsan po nagugulat ako yung mga emoji nila, ala, what? Sinesearch ko po, ang ganda ng emoji na sinindong estudyante ko, ang cute, ang ganda, no? Para mismo tayo po, natututo rin tayo sa mga ginagawa. At ito po yung isang nakakatuwa, no? Yung interactive games po, no? Makikita nyo po talaga dun sa screen, makikita nyo mga bata, gumagalaw-galaw po sila, no? Hindi naman po sila, pero very participative po sila. So, ito po yung ibig sabihin ng pag-mimic ng classroom structure. Na kahit po nag-interactive games po tayo in a face-to-face setting, pwede po natin siyang gawin in a virtual setting. No? So yung read aloud po, activities, by taking turns po as pair, that is also a very good strategy. No? So dito nyo po kasi makikita na, naka-online pa tong kahit naka-off yung camera niya, pero alam niyo po na nakikinig siya. That's also one way for us teacher to check. No? Kung yung bata po ba natin ay nandoon pa o wala na siya. Di po ba merong ganun, no? Nag-off po ng cam yung mga anak natin, pero yung iba po talaga, nakikinig naman sila talaga. So ito po yung isa na pwede natin gawing strategy, di ba? For them, na malaman natin. Another po strategy is using metacognition. Ito po yung metacognition po, ito po yung thinking about thinking na sinasabi nila. So ito po is awareness and understanding of one's own thought process is an important component of digital instruction. Okay, ito po yung kung tawagin natin, ako po kasi ay isang values teacher, ESP teacher po ako. Shout out po sa mga ESP teacher. Ayan po, mahilig po kami dito, yung self-reflect. Nagre-reflect po about things. Ayun, di po ba, ang dami-dami po natin pwedeng i-reflect. Yan. So, ito po, isa po dito na pwede natin strategies. Giving reflective questions po after each new lesson. Like, halimbawa po, medyo nahirapan po, no? Yung mga estudyante natin dun sa lesson na dineliver natin, ano po? So, pwede po natin silang tanungin after that. So, what could be the challenging part, no? Nitong new lesson natin. So, pwede po nila yung i-share sa inyo, no? After po ng klase ninyo, siguro you can give 5 minutes po after the class. No? So, po mga bata, mga kids, mga anak, ano yung medyo challenging dito? So, minsan po kasi we need to hear that. No? Kasi po, that's also one part of our, hindi po tayo palaging academics, di po ba? So, tinitingnan din po natin, ina-uphold din po natin yung nafe-feel ng bata na, ma'am, napapakamot na ganyan ng ulo, ma'am, hindi ko po nakuha yung isa. Sabi ko, hindi ko po siya masyadong naintindihan. So kapag ganun po, pwede natin siyang balikan na siya lang. Or yung iba naman po kasi, di ba, dahil fast learner sila, madali din po nilang naiintindihan. Pero how about the others? Diba ba? So pwede naman po, no, yung mga nakakuha ka agad ng inyong mga lessons, di ba? We can ask them, what did you feel? No? What did I feel successful? Doon sa ating naging new learning. Kasi baka naman dun po sa or sa learning, siya po yung taas ng kamay. So, ibig sabihin, di ba? Kuhang-kuha niya yung lesson niya. So, you can ask him or her po to share. Ano ba yung naging madali para sa'yo? Diba? So, that could be an encouragement to others as well. So, these are strategies that we can apply sa ating po classroom. And then, another strategy po is yung establishing po ng support for the family. Alam po ninyo, napakahalaga po nito. Kasi po during the face-to-face, hindi po ba, marami po sa time ng ating mga bata. Nandun po sila sa klase, nandun po sila sa school. Hindi po ba, siguro around 8 hours, no? 6 to 8 hours po na nasa classroom sila. Pero ngayon po, mas marami po silang time na nasa bahay sila. At tayo po bilang mga teachers po, bilang mga educators po, isa po ito sa mahalagang strategy na atin pong pwedeng magamit. No? Now, we need to establish support for the family. Kasi sila po ngayon, parang sila po yung co-teacher natin sa ating mga estudyante. Di po ba? Yung iba pong parent natin talagang nandyan sa tabi ng mga anak nila, patiently teaching their children po. So sila po yung, kumbaga parang sinasabi natin sa school setting ng mga teacher aid po natin or teacher assistant po natin. 'Di ba? Sila po yung talagang malaki ang naitutulong sa atin. At kung wala pong motivation coming from our family, from the support of the parents, at yung kanilang guardian or mga significant others po nila sa kanilang buhay, mahihirapan po tayo lalo sa ating online schooling. So here, ang example po nito is we can use communication channels po. Like we could send emails, no? Or we could text, send SMS to our parents. Kamusta po si ganito? Kamusta po ang anak ninyo? Nahirapan po ba siya? Lalo na po kung kanina po nag-share siya sa inyo na ang hirap nung naging lesson, di po ba? Then pwede niyo pong sundan yun. Mami, kamusta po si ano? Nahirapan po sa na-share po niya kanina. Nahirapan po siya dun sa naging lesson namin. Baka po kung meron time later, pwede niyo pong sundan at tanongin niyo po siya kung ano. Then, matulungan po natin siya pareho. So, yun po yun. That's the support that we could ask from the family. At mahalaga po yung we establish also our relationship with them. Okay? We can do informal chats po. Meron po akong nakikita, no, ng mga teachers and parents po, no, na nakapag-establish po talaga sila ng mga close relationship with one another, di ba? Kasi may mga teachers po and parents na parang yung lahat ng anak nila dumaan dun sa, alam niyo po, dun sa klase ng teacher na yun, no? Kumbaga lahat ng anak niya, 6, 5, no? Na-handle po ng isang parent no, na teacher na yun, di po ba? So, na-establish na po yung relationship, hindi na sila magkaiba, kumbaga. So, yun po, no? Naggagawa po sila ng informal chats para talagang personal friends na po sila. So, that could be. And then, you can also set up virtual meetings po. No? Kahit small PTCs lang po within the classroom po, or kaya pwede din naman po na yung mga students lang po that you have concerns with, hindi na po natin kailangan isama yung ibang parents or ibang po members of the family na wala naman po tayong nagiging problema academic para po magkaroon ng pagtutulong. There is this educator named Tom Herner at ito po ang kanyang shinare. So if a child doesn't know how to read, we teach. If a child doesn't know how to swim, we teach. If a child doesn't know how to multiply, we teach. If a child doesn't know how to drive, we teach. If a child doesn't know how to behave, we teach or punish. Why can't we finish the last sentence as automatically as we do the others? Diba? So, yung po palang behavior, no? Pwede po nating maituro, yes, po, i-uphold po natin yung ating mga anak. Let's praise them. Let's praise our students if they're doing good with the online setup that we have now because it's really challenging. At kung sila po ay nagkakaroon ng problem, then let's teach them, no, how to behave. Yung pong components of SEL, alam ko po, after this talk, no, magkakaroon po tayo ng reflection. Ginagawa ko na yan eh. Totoo po. Di po ba? Ginagawa ko na yan. Ayun pala tawag doon. Yes. Exactly po. No? Nagbibuild ako ng relationship with my student. Totoo po yun. We are building relationship. Kasi tayo po ang kanilang second parent. Di po ba? So ngayon po, no, medyo meron lang siyang challenge because of the virtual setup. But just the same po, hindi po natin siya dapat alisin. No, we still build the relationship even virtually. No? Kahit hindi po siya laging naka-online, but we could give extra time po and extra effort po para ma-reach out po natin ang ating student sa ganito pong pamamaraan. So, with that po, thank you so much po for your time. That's all that I could at shout out po pala sa ating mga kaguruan. Shout out po sa aking school, King Solomon Christian School. Shout out po sa Salt and Light Christian School. Shout out po sa Manuel Rojas High School, ang aking pong pinanggalingan. At salamat po sa ating mga teachers, sa aking po educators, co-parents. Happy Mother's Day po sa mga mommy teachers. Good morning po sa inyong lahat all over the Philippines. Thank you and God bless you po.
On as well, ating po mga very, very dear teachers from Antipolo City, si Alin Ann Chauco at si Anita Abunan from Bongabon Annex Nueva Ecija, Lusok Elementary School. Teacher Kathy, may question po ako. And I'm sure I will ask this in behalf of a lot of teachers po dito sa ating in the audience po. Ito po, Teacher Kathy, kasi 'di ba isa po sa mga tinuro nyo, of course, yung self-awareness and awareness, 'di ba, towards others, ganyan. Meron po ba kayong best practice na pwede nyong i-share o kaya naman po advice na maibibigay nyo po sa amin? For example, paano kapag yung estudyante ko ay hindi talaga nagpapakita sa camera, tapos ay hindi rin po lagi siyang nakamute dahil daw po kulang daw po ang kanyang battery at data. So how do I assure, or okay naman po, for my peace of mind, paano ko po malaman na natututo pa rin po to sa mga tinuturo ko at kung nandyan pa rin po kaya siya, Teacher Cathy?
Thank you po for that wonderful question, sir. Pang Miss Universe po. Joke lang po Okay po. Alam niyo, sa totoo lang po, isa po yan sa mga challenges ng teachers, di po ba? No? Nag-unmute yung estudyante natin. Nag-off po ng camera. Just recently po, I was talking to a child like that po. Bigla po siyang nagwala sa camera. Importante pa naman yung gusto niyo sabihin. Pag ganun po, ito po ay, sabi niyo nga kanina, best practice. Ang ginagawa ko po, ang nire-reach out ko po is the parent. I ask the parent po. Kasi sila po yung katabi ng bata, di po ba? Sila po yung kasama most of the time. Kasama po ng bata sa bahay. So, I ask them po. Actually po, sa totoo lang, nire-real talk ko po. Mami, may problema po ba ang anak ninyo? Ganyan po. Kasi po, minsan, ito po, coming from a perspective of a guidance counselor, minsan po kasi hindi naman academic ang nagiging problem ng bata. Baka po meron siyang pinagdadaanan sa bahay. Baka very stressful sa kanya, yung online setup, hindi po siya nakakope. Something like that po. So, is the case po, yun muna po ang aking pinoprocess. Pinoprocess muna po natin yung kanyang emotional, mental well-being bago po kami pumunta sa academics. So, yun po yung nagiging So, nire-real talk ko po si parent or po yung adult na kasama ng bata. Kasi minsan po, hindi naman parent na kasama. Di po ba, either yung bata po nakikitira sa kanyang kamag-anak. So, kung sino po yung significant other or yung adult po with supervision of the child, siya po yung tinatanong at kinakausap ko. O kung si ate po ba ito, si kuya po ba ito, si tiyahin po ba ito, o minsan si lola. Tinatanong ko po. So, I ask them, ano po kaya ang sa tingin ninyo nagiging problema ng anyong anak? Minsan po kasi sinasabi nila, alam nyo, matalino naman po yung anak ko eh. Matalino naman po yung pero hindi ko po maintindihan bakit po ngayon ganito. So, sa pagre-real talk po na yun, doon po sa aming personal na open heart questioning po, doon po na-reveal na meron pala talagang condition and situation ng bata. So, ang ginagawa ko po, ina-address ko muna po yun. And then, nagkakaroon po kami ng mutual agreement with the child. Okay, anak, tutulungan kita sa ganitong area and with mommy or daddy or lolo or lola with you. Pwede bang magtulungan tayo? Pwede bang makipag-participate ka? Kasi hindi po natin pwedeng gawin yun for them. Di po ba? Kailangan po meron silang active participation doon sa buong process because it's a learning process. So, yun po yung ginagawa.
Very, very nice naman. Tama po, no? At saka yung termino niyo po, Teacher Cathy, talagang yung real talk di ba? Kasi hindi mo makukuha directly yun sa estudyante kasi syempre, hindi naman siya ganun minsan ka-open na sabihin talaga yung mga challenges o yung mga concerns niya sa bahay. Kaya po yung mga guardians nila o yung mga katabi po nila, either parents or yung mga grandparents, sila po yung kinakausap para mag-open talaga sa inyo. Very, very good. Sin I'm sure, ang dami po natin natututunan, mga fellow teachers. Kayo po, Teacher Zari, may mga insights po ba kayo or questions kayo towards Teacher Cathy?
Yes po, sir. Meron lang po akong parang follow-up question in relation din po dun sa question ni Sir PJ sa nasagot ninyo, Teacher Cathy, no? So, meron po one teacher from our viewers po as, gaano daw katagal yung acceptable na hindi magpakita sa video yung student? Kasi di ba po, di ba sir, kasi, di ba as a teacher, okay lang po ba na i-require kahit once a week na open ka mga student? Para bang one step at a time, if ever po. Miss Cathy.
Ayan. Naku, meron po kasi mga bata, araw na binibilang.
Talaga po.
Hindi po nagpapakita.
Totoo po yan. Opo.
Hindi po ba? At I have encountered po a situation na meron po question about data privacy, no? Na hindi daw pwedeng pilitin ang mga bata to on their camera, mga ganun po. So, let's have a balance po. Unang-una po, ang stand ko po dyan, kapag ang bata po, if we deal with the data privacy po, sasabihin, ayoko po siyang mag-on camera. Ganun. If hindi po natin alam, no, behind the camera ko, baka po may nangyayari sa bata. And we as teachers po, no, remember po, we are the second parent. Dapat po may concern tayo. Bakit kaya ayaw ng batang mag-open ng camera? So, isa din siguro po that we have to talk about, no, dun sa kanilang mga guardians or adults at home is, ano po kaya sa tingin nyo? Baka naman camera shy lang. So, madali naman po yung i-deal. No, meron po kayong mga estudyante na gano'n, no? Natakot po talaga sila, parang ninervous po sila pag naka-on yung camera. Lalo na po pag mga, alam niyo, mga teenagers, very conscious po yan, di ba? Ako tayo, dami kong pimple, eh. Ayoko magpakita. Oily yung skin ko, mga ganun po. No? Nakakatuwa po siya, no? Pero kasi yun po yung minsan na nagiging balakid. Bakit di sila nag-on ng camera? So, pwede po natin yung bigyan ng content. Anak, magbilangos ka muna. Before, para hindi ka uling, di ba? Or kung talaga po na mas malalim pa doon yung So, again po, babalikan ko yung una kong sinabi. Dapat po makipag-usap din tayo with the parents. Kasi nga po, meron po silang supervision with their children. So, pagtulungan po ng parent at ng teacher na ipaliwanag at ipaunawa sa bata, bakit kailangan niyang mag-on ng camera? So, something like that po. So, kung meron naman po kasing mga problem po kasi sa connection, di po ba? So, siguro pwede po nating patawarin yun from time to time. Kasi tayo nga po nakaka-experience ng ganun. Pero kapag lagi po kasi yun ang ngayon. So, let's also think and see deeper po, no, dun sa situation. Talaga ba na yun ang kanyang condition? Or baka naman ginagawang reasoning na lang. Okay po? So, we have to establish the balance po between, no, sa mga situation. Medyo mahirap po kasi siyang kasi po, kanya-kanya po tayo ng situation, no? Meron po kasi nakatira sa city, pero mahina talaga yung signal. Meron naman po na kahit po sila remotely situated, pero okay ang signal. May mga ganun po no? So, yun po kasi hindi ko po yun magagawa ng paraan, no? Pero the thing is, pwede po natin silang matulungan in a way na pwede po natin bigyan, no, ng mga tips, no, ng ating po mga parents and our students.
Ayun. So, ibig sabihin po talaga, napakaganda po actually ng term nyo. Talagang kailangan yung i-real talk eh. Kasi kailangan talaga natin malaman kung ano ba talaga yung deeper reason and true reason sa mga ginagawa nila. Kasi po tama, we can understand po na in some parts of Mindanao, for example, Teacher Kathy and Teacher Zari, meron pong mga tinatawag na rotating brownout. Di ba? Na sinasabi nila, naku, hindi po ako makaka-join ng class. Okay naman, makakat po ako dahil hindi ko, maski i-charge ko yung telepono ko, yung device ko, dahil wala pong kuryente sa amin, mauubos at mauubusan din po ito. Pero tama yung sinasabi nyo, Teacher Kathy, no? Minsan ginagawang excuse yun eh. Diba? Yung minsan, upon learning talaga, nung ni-real talk yung parents, ay naku, wala naman pong rotating brownout. Naku, ibig sabihin, ginamit lang yung excuse. O, diba? At sinasabi, naku, teacher, choppy yung line, choppy. Yun pala, ayaw lang magklase. So, tama po, i-real talk po natin ang ating mga estudyante, ang ating po mga guardians, mga teachers, para malaman po talaga natin kung ano po yung real reason sa mga ginagawa po nila. Yes, Amen. Galing po. Nice, nice.
Thank you po, Teacher Kathy. And I'm pretty sure na satisfy po yung teacher natin na nag-ask ng question. And also po, dagdag ko lang po, Sir PJ, no, may nakita lang po ako sa comment section natin. Question po from Teacher Roland Bernabe. Ang question niya po, Teacher Kathy, is what does SEL look like in the classroom? Tapos, follow up, why is SEL important?
Siguro po, babalikan ko po yung mga diniscuss ko kanina. Di po ba? Yung 5 core competence po. Di po ba? I think po, everybody will agree na lahat po ito ay very important. Di po ba? Napaka-importante po nito in a sense na kapag ang ating po mga bata, na-develop po nila ito in their lives, it will be very helpful. Parang sa tingin ko po, maganda pong ma-develop itong mga alongside their academic competence. Yun po. Kasi po, hindi naman tayo po ay created, no? Hindi naman po tayo puro brain lang. Po ba? We are social beings as well. We have emotions. So, minsan po kasi, no, we neglect to address these parts, no? Ito pong component natin being human beings po. No? Lagi po tayo, sorry po, I have no intention po of hurting. No? Pero ito po kasi yung reality. Di po ba? Masyado po tayong nakaka-focus doon sa academics and we fail to see na meron palang pinagdadaanan. Di po ba tayo minsan adult? Di po ba? Yun na lang pong napagalitan tayo ng nanay natin. Sorry po na Mother's Day po bukas. Pero pag napagalitan po tayo ng nanay natin, ang bigat po sa heart, di po ba? Even if we are adults. Tapos dadalhin mo yan sa trabaho, malungkot ka, no? Then other people will notice na bakit parang wala ka sa mood, no? O parang nakasimangot ka. So hindi natin yan nakikita, but other people will see that. Kasi po, no, may effect, di po ba? So importante po siya kasi may effect po siya sa education natin, sa atin pong learners. No? Kung sila po ay hindi emotionally ready, physical lang, academics lang, no? So hindi po sila, sa tingin ko po, hindi po sila holistically tao kapag ganun. Di po ba? Para na lang po silang robot. Di po ba? Pero if we were giving attention po, even dun po sa kanilang emotions, at hindi naman po natin kailangang i-wipe out agad yun. Kunyari po, siya po ay nagagalit that time or nainis po siya, napikon siya sa kaklase niya. Hindi po natin yan aalisin, pero ina-acknowledge po na, okay lang yan na mapikon ka, magalit ka, pero wag kang gagawa ng makakasama sa iyo at sa iyong kapwa. So something like that po. That's ESL.
Apo. Tapos may follow-up question pa rin po si Sir Roland Bernabe from YouTube. Teacher Kathy, meron po bang specific training para po ma-integrate yung SEL into instruction? May kailangan po ba silang pagdaan ng mga modules or certification programs? Ganyan po?
Sa totoo lang po, I want to be honest with you. Sa akin po mga naging readings, wala pa po masyado. Pero alam niyo po, maganda po yan. No? I think I want to take that challenge na mag-go deeper po tayo sa SEL. No po ba? Parang tayo po as educators, siguro maganda po magtulong-tulong. No? Actually po, sa totoo lang, na-steer po yung aking, yung mind na, teka lang, parang kulang kami dito. Po yun. No? So, parang gusto ko tong i-explore pa ng bonggang-bongga. Hayaan niyo po, sir. Opo, kapag meron po akong natisod na ipapa-communicate ko po kaagad kay Sir PJ at kay Ma'am Zari. Pakamali
Sige
po.
po.
Di po ba? Magkaroon tayo uli ng
po. Opo.
Yes, tama po yun, sir.
Syempre, mangunguna po kami sa sali dyan. Syempre, gusto rin namin malaman yan. And for me, as an educator myself din, gusto ko yan is SEL really got my interest din po talaga, Teacher Kathy. Maraming salamat po. And also, Teacher Kathy, meron pa po, ang dami pong nag-question, nag-a-ask ng question sa inyo, Teacher Kathy. So, ito pong isa.
So,
and
hindi
I
po
find
ibigay
this...
number ko, ha?
Hindi naman po.
Hindi po.
Hindi naman po. Pero yung FB page, pwede ba? Ganun na lang, sir. Ay, Teacher Kathy. Anyway, so ito
Sige
po,
po,
I
tingnan po
find this
natin.
question, yes po, I find this question very interesting po eh. So, one of the teachers asked, paano po ang conflict resolution sa online class? Sa ibang bansa daw kasi, nabasa niya, meron silang tinatawag na online detention.
Wow.
Yes po, Ma'am Cathy. So, paano daw po tayo or ano po yung mabibigay yung suggestion siguro, no, to how yung conflict resolution sa online class?
Alam niyo po, I want to share this experience po. Nagkaroon po ako ng ganyang problem. Ang mga bata po yung nag-away-away. No? Kasi po, they're supposed to be a team. Group work po yun. So, hindi po naging patas, siguro, yung hatian ng trabaho. Meron po yung isa na, ako yung gumagawa. Asa na kayo? Parang mga ganun po. Yan po yung mga, yan po yung mga hashtag shout-out ng mga bata. So, bakit na lang laging leader na lang ang gumagawa? Tapos yung iba, wala kang ambag, sabi nga nila. Wala kang ambag dito sa ating group.
Asa ng hustisya, di ba?
Exactly
na-RT din sila. RT din.
Yes, nauwi po yan. Yes po, nauwi po yan talaga sa conflict. To the point po na na-elevate na pati po ang mga parents po, siguro na-stress na rin po sila.
Tama.
At talagang nanghimasok na po sila dun sa affairs ng mga bata. So, binalikan ko po, no? Kung ano ba yung pinapractice natin nung tayo ay nasa face-to-face? Ganito ba? Nag-aaway ba? So, sa kanila din po nang galing ang sagot. Ang sabi po na, nag-uusap po kami, ma'am. Then, why don't we do it? Why don't you do it virtually? Okay, so pwede po kasi yun, hindi po kasi natin dapat ginagawa para sa kanila. Teka lang! Hindi po. Ibalik po natin sa kanila kasi dati naman na po pinapractice ng mga bata yun. And to think po, no, these kids, they are classmates and they are friends. Di po ba? Natural po na magkaroon talaga sila ng conflict. So ibalik po natin sila dun sa, ano ba yung relationship mo before? So ang una kong tanong, magkaibigan ba kayo? Yes po. O bakit kayo nagkaganon? Nag-uusap ba kayo dati? Opo, close nga po kami. Ayun naman pala eh. So, pwede po kasi, no po ba, in between po kasi baka kaya po nagalit, napwikon, baka rin po may pinagdadaanan sa kanyang bahay. Yung pala, ang dami niya pong gawaing bahay.
Maghuhugas
Na
ng
hindi po
pinggan, ganun.
exactly po, di po ba?
Wala ring
Ang dami
hustisya sa bahay nila.
Tama po. Opo. Yung pala, so pinipressure din pala ni ate, hoy, ang dami mo ng tambak doon na gagawin, maglalaba ka pa. No? Kasi meron pong lumabas na gano'n during our talk with the parent po. No? Kasi po, ang dami niya pa pong gagawin. So, ayun na naman pala. So, ibig sabihin po, ang bata mismo na stress na. Na-stress po dun sa school, na-stress din po sa gawaing bahay. So, ang ginawa po namin is time management. So, ano kaya sa tingin mo? Ibinabalik lang po namin sa kanila. Kasi sila din po, they have this solution eh. They have the answer. Minsan, hindi lang po nila yung makita dahil po, naka-cloud na po sila ng marami pong mga concerns.
Na-overwhelm po sila.
Yes. So, doon po mag-e-effect yung SEL. Huwag po nating sagutin at gawin yung solution for them. No? I-lead po natin sila doon sa solution because I believe alam po nila. Itinuruan niyo po sila. Kayo po yung maguguling na guro. Kaya alam po nila yung promise.
Alright.
So again, bumabalik po tayo doon sa real talk, no? Talagang
Yes,
outside of the
Exactly po.
classroom setting, kailangan maging, maski high-tech tayo, dapat high-touch pa rin. Kumbaga, ilabas pa rin natin yung personal na communication, di ba? Yung pagiging truthful sa ating pag-uusap para malaman talaga natin yung underlying reasons ng kanilang mga behaviors online or virtually.
Yes po. Yes po,
Oo.
sir. Tama po. Napakahalaga po talaga yung building ng relationship. No, yun po ang isang wag na ine-neglect, yung relationship po natin to our students.
Tama po. Actually, may comment nga po dito, sabi ni Miss Emma Prohelia Lumabas, very true po. May bata nga po ako habang nag-online, nag-uugoy pa ng duyan ng kapatid, nagtitimpla ng gatas at iba pang gawain. Mabuhay ka itong estudyanteng ito, di ba?
Yes.
Siyempre, nasa atin din po yon bilang mga teachers na mapag-unawa po doon sa mga estudyanteng yon at malaman lang po natin yun kapag ni-real talk din natin sila.
Tama po.
Yes.
Ayan. Ito po, I guess, sorry, Teacher Zari, can we still accommodate one question from the audience?
Sure po, Sir PJ. No worries.
Okay. Teacher Kathy, may question po dito. Again, best practice po ito. Kasi alam naman po natin, wala naman pong standard right now,
Exactly,
di ba?
sir.
So, dahil, maski sinasabi nga nila, nag-anniversary, di ba? Sabi nyo nga po, Miss Kathy, nag-anniversary na po ang pandemya, pero hindi naman po ibig sabihin ay sanay na tayo at black and white na lahat ng mga batas dito sa ating virtual learning. Kaya ito po, question lang po at hingin po natin ang inyong opinion. Meron daw po kasi isang estudyante, si Ronaldo Antazo. How can we handle incidents of students accidentally screen sharing their online games or sharing games on their gadgets? Paano daw po nila i-handle yon? Your thoughts, Miss Kathy?
Alam niyo po, meron din po kami mga students sa ganyan. Kaya nga po minsan talaga nag-off cam sila. Para hindi niyo po makita na may hawak po silang isang gadget at nagpipipindot. Again po, we have to go back po dun sa mga adult na kasama nila sa bahay. Po yung limitations natin as teachers. Di po ba? Pag once na nag-off cam na po ang mga bata natin, ay good luck na po tayo. Talagang hindi na po natin alam kung ano nangyayari sa kanila. Sino po ang nakakakita sa kanila? Yung kasama po nila sa bahay. So again, we should tap the help of the parents or the adults po that is with them. At sila po yung tanongin natin, lalaro po ba ang anak niyo po? Baka po hilingin po namin na during online class po ay medyo kunin niyo muna po ang kanyang extra gadget para po ang focus ng inyong anak o ng inyong apo o pamangkin ay nandun po sa aming klase. Kasi po ganito po ang nangyaring incident. Para po may ebidensya kayo, screenshot nyo po yun. Para po maipakita natin sa parent. Kasi po, again, meron po syempre yung parent na magde-deny. Hindi naman lang. Diba?
Tama.
So, ito po, may incident po akong nakuna ng So, with that po, so wala na po silang masasabi. So, yun po, lagi po nating itap. Kaya nga po, yung pangatlo nating strategy kanina, di po ba? Mag-establish po tayo ng relationship with the family. Kasi sila po talaga ay makakatulong natin dito.
Malaki po talaga.
Yes, sila po yung police.
Tama po.
Opo,
Vital
sila.
Opo. At saka, di ba, Teacher Kathy, kapag hindi naman nag-perform ng mabuti sa eskwela,
Opo.
itong mga kapamilya nila, sila rin naman na maapektuhan nun. Di ba?
Exactly,
Babalik
sir.
at babalik
Oo.
din naman sa pamilya
Opo,
nila yun.
opo.
Di ba?
Yes po, tama po yun, sir. So,
So,
para hindi po tayo ma-stress la pare-pareho. Bigyan po
Tama po
natin.
yan.
Yan,
Oo.
ganun po.
So,
Okay, moving
ayan.
forward, Teacher Zari.
Sige po. So talaga po napaka-vital talaga ng relationship ng teachers and parents
Yes,
sa mga
exactly
panahon
po.
ngayon. So mga nanonood na parents dyan, alam nyo na po gagawin nyo. Communicate with your educators, with your child's teachers po. Alright, so thank you very much, Teacher Cathy. Actually, ang dami
Thank you
pong
po.
nagtatanong. Sobrang
Mhm.
dami nagtatanong pa. We would love to address all your questions, viewers, but dahil nga sa time, alam naman time natin, tumatakbo yan. So,
Opo.
don't worry po, we will try to answer them later on, okay?
Yes po.
So, but for now, we have to move on po muna. Teacher Cathy,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you very
Thank
much
you
po
Thank
very
you so
much
talaga
much
po.
for
po.
your time.
Opo. Thank you po.
Alright, so Sir PJ, ngayon mag-move forward na po tayo sa ating next segment, which is
Mhm.
what we call the Mentimeter.
Yun.
Okay, so dito sa Mentimeter na to, Sir PJ, maririnig naman natin or makukuha naman natin yung response ng mga viewers natin. Okay, so while waiting po sa setup ng ating Mentimeter, no, Sir PJ, I just want to recognize these people who send their comments about po sa discussion natin, especially po to unahin na natin si Teacher Rolly Pondo. Sabi niya, very good ideas daw yung mga binigay ni Teacher Cathy a while ago. And for him, sabi niya, our pupils is our number priority as a teacher. And dahil dyan, as a teacher, kailangan natin na-extend yung effort natin to communicate with the parents. 'Di ba? So, sabi nga ni Teacher Cathy, dyan, nagsisimula din po, or sila ang makakatulong sa atin para sa mga follow-up, magbantay sa ating mga bata, lalo na sa online setup
Tama po.
natin ngayon. 'Di ba, Sir
Tama
PJ?
po. Apo. Tapos sabi nga ni Miss Christine Cortez, modular learning, distance learning po kami sa aming school. Pero big help po ang SEL now that I have learned this from Teacher Cathy. So, ibig sabihin applicable to maski anumang setup ang ginagawa nyo, maski blended yan, maski 100% virtual, okay naman in the future kapag ka nagbukas na talaga tayo ng 100% sa ating mga established na schools talaga. Okay po, I think
Totoo
we
yan.
are moving forward,
there.
Miss Cathy. Sorry, Miss Zari, no?
Yes po, Sir PJ. So, ayan po, nakikita natin ang ating Mentimeter teachers. So, ang ating question, this is a word cloud, okay? So, can you share with us, teachers, from our discussion a while ago, no? So, can you give us suggestions po, fun mental health activities you educators can do with your class po? Okay?
Ayun.
So, you can go to www.menti.com and use the code 80341982. If I'm not mistaken, medyo
Okay, one more
lumabo ang
time.
mata ko.
Sige ba? Ako na lang po. So again,
Sige,
go
sir.
to
Sorry na.
menti.com. Go to menti.com. So mag-multitask po tayo. So mag-open lang po ng bagong browser o bagong tab sa inyo pong ginagamit na browser po sa inyong mga laptops or mobile devices. Again, menti.com and use the code 8054 1982. So again, pati
Sorry
ako
na.
natatawa na rin. 8054-1982. Menti.com. Ayan po.
Ayan. So, Sir PJ, so far meron na tayong mga responses sa ating Mentimeter. So, sabi dito, activities daw, we can have charades.
Uy, oo nga.
Oh, di ba, sir?
Tsaka mood tracker. Ano kaya? Paano
Yes.
yung mood tracker? Are you familiar,
I
Miss
think-
Zari, with that? Mood tracker?
Well, nung nasa class ako, no, before, parang never ko pa itong na-try. Pero I think, guess ko lang po, no, parang meron silang diary siguro to. Tapos tinatrack nila for Monday, ano yung mood niya, happy ba siya for some reason, or naging sad siya kasi nagkasakit siguro yung pet, something like that po. That's what
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
guessing.
O parang journaling.
Yes.
Or okay, nice. Ito Kahoot, 'di ba? Parang Mentimeter din. So
Yes po.
outside browser siya, Kahoot. Okay 'yan. Nice.
Fun yun eh. Parang interactive quiz po yan. We actually do that in our trainings po and it is fun.
Oh,
Yes,
yun.
what else? What do we have here? Oh, meron din nga po, journaling, sir.
At saka Teacher Zari, very interesting to. Gusto ko maka-attend dito. May yoga classes daw sila, 'di ba? Gusto ko nga maka-attend nito. So again, pumunta po tayo mga teachers, everyone who's watching right now, menti.com. Ang code po natin ay 80541982. Ayan. So ang dami na, no?
Oo nga sir, meron pang coloring. Actually, coloring is really effective din yan sir. Actually, yan yung tumulong sa akin para maka-survive din sa quarantine before. Kung ano-anong ginagawa ko, nagpe-paint
Oo
ako,
nga.
nagko-color ako. Nakakaano siya, nakaka-relax. Yung mental health ko parang, okay, sige, I'm okay pa. Nawawala yung
Ayun.
mga isipin kasi nagko-color
Tama.
ka, ganyan. Kayo
Tama,
ba sir?
oo.
Kayo po, ano po yung mga activities na ginagawa nyo naman para naman sa mental health nyo, sir? Share naman natin sa kanila.
Ay, very, very good. Thank you for asking. So again, nandyan, of course, yung pang-entertain natin. Nandyan yung mga streaming sites, of course. Pero ito, physically, ito yung ginagawa ko. I make it a point na nagpapa-araw talaga ako. Kasi, of course, meron naman tayong mga multivitamins, pero iba pa rin yung direktang vitamin D. Di ba? At ito po ang ginagawa ko, nagra-run in place po ako. Kasi hindi po pwedeng hindi po
Lumabas.
pwedeng lumabas sa amin talaga. Medyo stricto po kami dito sa Quezon City, and I live po in a multi-generational home, and I want to protect them as well. So ang ginagawa ko po 'yon, run in place, ganyan. Pilates po yung ginagawa ko, hindi po yoga. So, yun po, Pilates and running in place. And from time to time, yun, kung may mga sarili-sariling buhat lang, di ba? Body weights lang. Yung mga tipong, push-up, ganyan po.
So
So,
more
Teacher
on
Zaria, kayo pala, on coloring, watercolor, ganyan, or Crayola, ganun po ba?
kahit ano po pwedeng kulayan, pwede na sir. Buti nga walang pintura dito para pati yung pader namin, pipinturahan ko na sa sobrang dami iniisip at gusto ko talagang yung attention ko sa ibang bagay para ma-less naman yung stress. Kasi kahit nasa
Yan.
bahay tayo, 'di ba, pag laging yun na lang yung nakikita natin, nakaka-stress. Ayan,
Tama
ang
po.
dami na nating responses, sir. And ang dami na nating ideas. Educators, pwede na kayo dyan mag-pick ng 1 or 2 na you can integrate in your classes. Di
Tama
ba,
po.
educators? Thank you po for sharing your thoughts on this. I would love to read them, but again, dahil nga po signs of aging, I guess hindi ko na po nababasa yung screen ko. Patawad na talaga. Ngayon pa lang. Sir PJ, ba gusto niyo akong tulungan?
So sige po, tutulungan ko kayo. We have several minutes po. And again, I would like to reiterate po, ang code po ay 80541982. So again, 80541982 sa menti.com. So may mga nagsusulat din po sa ating comment section. Minsan daw po nagpapa-scrabble sila, nagpapa-quiz daw po, nagso-storytelling, nagko-crossword puzzle. Yung iba naman, gusto ko to nagse-stretching. Iba naman po, nagsasayaw. Ba, okay
Zumba.
to
Zumba, sir.
Zumba. Oo nga. Ang galing via Microsoft Teams, di ba? So storytelling, gusto ko to alam niyo po, ang marami po sa atin dito, bago pong mga ideas ang nakuha. So please screenshot na po ito or kopyahin niyo na po para magamit niyo rin po sa inyong mga particular classes. Okay ba? Moving forward po tayo, Teacher Zari.
Ayan. Sige po, Sir PJ. So, salamat po again sa mga nag-participate. Ayan, screenshot nyo na po yan or pwede nyo rin pong balikan yung recordings natin later on. Maraming salamat. Napakadaming ideas nito. Pag bumalik ako sa pagkaklase, gagamitin ko tong ideas, Sir PJ. Alright. So, maybe it is time to move on again, to move forward, Sir PJ. So, maybe it's time for us to introduce our second speaker. Ready na ba kayo, teachers, para sa ating second speaker? Kindly type in ready na with exclamation point dyan sa ating comment section para naman maramdaman natin na ready na kayo at hype up pa kayo at interesting na kayo ulit na makinig sa bago nating speaker for this second part ng ating session for today.
Okay, so again, while waiting po, again, pakisulat po, ready na. Ayan So binabati rin po natin si Mary Grace Seminiano from Centro, Mandaon, Masbate. Ayan so ready na po sila. Teacher Zari, sila Ma'am Marisa Landicho Suarez, sila Anita sila Lina Maiso, sila Genevieve, sila Jans. Lahat po sila all over the Philippines and all over the world. Ms. Zari.
Alright, so since ready na kayo, di sige, ito na po. For our second speaker, teachers, talaga namang epitome ng through and beyond. Masasabi ko. Bakit? Kasi after niya makuha ang kanyang bachelor's degree from University of St. Lasal sa Bacolod po, natapos niya na din ang kanyang master's for family life and child development sa University of the Philippines, Diliman. Ngayon, she is on her third year of doctorate degree, taking up naman PhD in special education. San pa kayo? To this day, she has been teaching for more than 25 years. Within those years, mukhang talaga namang nalibot na niya ang bawat sulok ng education field. Nakapagturo na siya sa college and even graduate programs and various schools. And wait, there's more. Aside from being a student/educator, she's also a curriculum consultant, a resource person for Wyatt Philippines, and for radio programs such as DWDD Voice for Teachers and DZMM Teleradyo Sakto. What a busy person, isn't she? Right? So now, everyone, let us give our virtual palakpakan a family life and child development specialist. Here is Miss Katharine Claudette Tandok. Teacher Katharine?
Thank you. Thank you, Teacher Sari. Just call me Teacher Claude. Hi, Sir PJ. Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here dahil nga napaka-importante ng ating topic for today, SEL, Social Emotional Learning. And ako'y natutuwa dahil dadalhin natin ngayon ang SEL sa families, sa loob ng bahay. Kaya I'm enjoining everyone, teachers, lalo na mga parents, na makinig, listen well, kasi ito ay makakatulong sa ating lahat. Ako ay magulang din, and although my kids are grown already, very alive ang SEL sa aming family, Teacher Zari. So I'm going to start now with my topic. How parents can foster social and emotional learning amidst social distancing, but this time at home. Marami din sa ating mga kaguruan ay magulang sa loob ng bahay, kaya ito ay very useful para sa kanila. So magsisimula na ako ngayon. On my next slide, you will see, ayan, ang ating mga ginagampanan na papel. Ano ba talaga ang role, no? The role of parents in providing socio-emotional and mental support. Kasi ang ibibigay ko sa inyo ngayon, mga guro, mga magulang, yung practical ways of implementing socio-emotional learning at home. Sabi nga kanina ni Miss Cathy, totoo yun, matagal na natin itong ginagawa eh. Kaya lang, wala pa siguro yung technical term na SEL or social emotional learning, but we have been doing this. We have been managing our emotions, we have been managing our social relations, nang sa gayon ay ma-apply natin yung mga natutunan natin to maintain positive relationships and pleasant, positive disposition, lalo na in the midst of pandemic right now. So, what is exactly the role of parents in providing socio-emotional and mental support? Unang-una sa lahat, okay? We cannot be teaching, we cannot be implementing anything if we are not good examples of the things that we teach. I know that this is very difficult. Ako lagi kong sinasabi pag ako nag-share, nagbibigay ng webinar or nagtuturo sa aking mga estudyante or kahit sa mga magulang or teachers, no, na aking tinuturuan, I tell them, you know, I'm here, I'm not an expert. Hindi ako, I'm in front of you, but it doesn't mean na perfecto na ako bilang magulang or bilang guro. No. However, you know, the important thing is we are all, okay, you and I are willing to learn. Yun ang importante. Every day, we keep on learning. Learning doesn't stop kahit may pandemic. Huwag tayong papatalo sa pandemic. So, paano yung be an example? Kaya ko ito nalagay sa unang-una, no? When we teach SEL as parents, we cannot teach that ng boka-boka lang, ng verbal. Okay? Sa mga teachers na nakikinig ngayon, I'm sure you remember Albert Bandura, social learning theory. Diba? Ano nga yung isang tawag natin sa kanyang teorya? Sometimes it can be called, you know, the theory of imitation or modeling. Kung ano yung nakikita nila, yun ang ginagaya nila. Hindi yun sadya. Akala ng mga ibang parents, no, pasensya na po if sometimes I will be stepping on some toes, pero totoo po ito eh. Sinasama ko yung sarili ko kasi lahat tayo po natututo dito ng sabay-sabay. Uulitin ko, hindi ako eksperto, hindi ako perpekto, okay? So, ano yung sinabi ni Albert Bandura? Kung ano yung nakita nila, yun ang gagayahin. Some parents might mistake that for, nagiging pilosopo ka dahil ginagaya mo ako. No. Dahil nakita nila sa'yo. So, ibig sabihin, yung sinabi kanina ni Miss Cathy, tama yun. Ang SEL ay hindi lang para sa kabataan. It's not only for the young children or for teenagers. It's for all. It cuts across ages. Kahit hanggang old age. In fact, napakaganda kung makikita natin ang SEL very alive sa isang tao na nandiyan na sa kanyang yung edad niya, old age na, full of wisdom, at ito ay ginagamit niya. Right? Instead of saying, papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako, I really don't like. That's really a one-liner na ayokong marinig sa mga those advanced in age, all right? Dapat patuloy tayong nag-aaral at itong inaaral natin, ina-apply natin araw-araw upang maging example tayo, maging halimbawa ng SEL. If you tell kids na, ano yan? Bakit kayo nagsisigawan or bakit nagwawala? Pero listen to yourself. Look at you while you're saying that. Hindi ba parang gigil na gigil ka na din, galit na galit ka, and the tone of your voice and the volume of your voice? So, you're teaching SEL pero sinasabayan mo siya. Napakabigat na role po. Let us be an example. I know this is difficult. This is not a bed of roses. Tinuturo namin ngayon ni Miss Cathy, but after this webinar, there's no magic here. Hindi po ito makukuha ng overnight. Kaya nga po, kanina ko pa sinasabi na ako as a parent, ako as a teacher, I try my best to learn every day. I ask help from God to be an effective parent and be an effective teacher. Kasi I cannot do it alone. Definitely not. Be an example. Number 2, we can implement SEL by doing this role. We are providers of connection. Of course, I'm not talking about the kasama yon, okay? Sa ginagawa natin ngayon during this pandemic, the online learning, distance education, or what we may call it, I know kasama yung internet connection, but what I'm saying here is we provide connection. Yun ang kailangan ng mga anak natin. Yun ang kailangan i-provide natin. We provide quality and quantity time. Parents, are we aware that no matter how much we, give sermon, yakitiyak ng mahabang-mahaba, if there is no connection, alam natin lahat yan. Kasi napagdaanan natin yan ng kabataan natin. Ano nga ang tawag doon? Pasok dito, lusot dito. Why? Why? If you recall, nung kabataan ninyo, nung kabataan natin, kasi gusto natin matapos na. Kasi we just think of it as parang, a noisy symbol yung mga magulang natin or whoever is giving the sermon. Because there is no connection actually. By connection, I'm saying relationship. By connection, I'm saying, alam ng bata, kahit napapagsabihan siya at this moment, kahit siguro nagsisermon yung kanyang nanay or tatay, alam niya why. Okay? Because the manner na nagsisermon yung tatay at nanay ay, very respectful, fair, and alam niya na pag siya ang magsasalita, pinapakinggan siya ng mga magulang. And alam niya that she or he can trust, okay, can trust nanay or tatay na whatever yung feelings niya, i-acknowledge ng mga magulang. Okay? Hindi sasabihin na, stop, tama na, ako lang magsasalita. Okay? Those who are listening right now, okay, just pause, listen, reflect. Familiar itong mga words na ito. Why? Familiar, we heard it. Nung tayo ay nasa kabataan pa, right? Ilan kaya dito, no, you can share later during the Q&A, ilan kaya sa atin when we were trying to express how we felt or, what our feelings were or ano yung nasa thoughts natin, yung talagang truly napakinggan tayo? Or ilan sa atin yung sinabihan ng, tama na yung drama na yan. Pause and reflect. Remember, recall. Okay. Tama na yan. Ano yung iyak-iyak na yan? Ano yung drama or arte na yan? Ilan sa atin ang nakarinig ng ganon? Ilan sa inyong nakarinig ng ganon? Now, can you tell me now, is there connection? Sa ganong paraan, nag-connect ba tayo? We all know, walang connection po doon. It's just a one-way thing. We want to get it over and done with. Kaya sinasabi natin right away, tama na yan. Stop. Umayos ka. Zero connection. Provide quality and quantity time. A lot of parents are saying, Teacher Claude, okay lang. Kahit ito naman ay sandali lang, pero sinisigurado ko quality time talaga ito. Talaga? Are you sure? Kasi hindi po. It has to be both. Yes, they're partners. Quality and quantity time. How can you say it's quality time? Nagmamadali ka nga. Nagmamadali tayo. Lalo na ngayon. Ako inaamin ko, lalo na ngayon, it's a struggle. Iba-iba tayo ng oras. Kahit mga teenagers na yung mga anak ko kasama ang SEL dito sa amin, talagang kailangan very alive. Iba-iba ang oras namin ng kung noon meron tayong mga common time for, let's say, eating time, we eat together. Ngayon, pipiliin mo na lang one meal in a day siguro na magkakasabay pa kayo. So, we have to be intentional about it. I know your questions later, Teacher Claude, paano kung talagang busy? Hey, that's a given. Ako po, super busy ko po. Ay, nako, alam ng friends ko yan, alam ng ibang mga co-teachers ko or my classmates in the graduate program, alam nila how busy I am. That's why I feel, guilty ako dito in terms of organizing or managing time. Kaya nga pumasok yung word po na intentional eh. We have to be intentional about it. Kasi kung ang rason natin palaging busy, ibig sabihin, wala na tong point number 2. Okay? But we have, one of our roles is that we are providers of quality and quantity time, especially during this pandemic. Okay? Napakahirap po ngayon. Not only the kids, Miss Kathy mentioned this a while ago, not only the kids, lalo na po tayo, mga parents. I know that we're trying our best to appear as strong parents, strong people, kasi tayo ang leaders ng bahay eh. But come on, alam natin yon. Ako I share this with my kids. Malalaki na sila, they're grown up already. I share with them that Mama is not perfect. I have my down moments. That's why I have to be conscious also of doing self-care. Kasi kung hindi, malaki ang tendency I'm going to be a monster mama. Malaki ang tendency I'm going to be a monster teacher. Alam niyo po yung ibig kong sabihin, term lang yon, okay? Hindi ako magta-transform, hindi naman made-deform yung aking itsura, but when I say that I'm a monster teacher or a monster mama, ibig sabihin, hindi na ako reasonable. I'm not objective anymore. Kasi hindi ko ginawa yung SEL. Hindi ko ginawa yung social emotional learning para sa akin. So, it's important to provide both quality and quantity time. Come on, alam ko, dear parents, you are creative. We are creative. Lalo na nitong nangyari itong pandemic. I mean, we don't celebrate the pandemic. Pero nakita natin maraming mga, there were good things. Good things were born or good things appeared out of this pandemic. Nakita natin creative pala tayo. Nakita natin resourceful pala tayo. Ang galing, maparaan. na hindi natin itong mga bagay na to hindi na pukaw dati. Kasi dati, we have been doing the same things every day. Day in, day out, you wake up, go to work. Actually, parang dragging ourselves to work, right? Sa mga guro na nakikinig, hindi ba? Every now and then, we feel that teacher burnout syndrome. Ngayon, nagising tayong lahat. Pagpasok ng pandemic. And like what Ma'am Kathy mentioned a while ago, nakakalungkot na nag-anniversary na yung pandemic. And we are still here. Okay? But one thing, we not only survived, but we thrived. All right, next, be a good listener. And by being a good listener, alam nating lahat, and I know that you know, I'm not just talking about yung literal lang na nakikinig. I'm encouraging the parents who are listening now, let's listen with our hearts. Let's listen with an open mind. Mahirap yon. Parents, mahirap yon. You know why? Sabihin niyo mamaya sa Q&A kung ganito din kayo. Kasi ang laki ng tendency na nakikinig tayo, pero actually hindi tayo nakikinig. Hinahanda na natin yung sagot natin. Kasi kailangan may isasagot ka din sa kanya. That is not true listening. Okay? Listen with an open mind and an open heart. I know that in many cases, we refuse to do that. Kasi nandun pa rin yung, come on, families, come on, parents, let's accept it. Ego ng magulang. Okay? But we have to listen with our hearts and minds open. If we want SEL to be relevant and alive in our families and households. I know it's difficult. It's difficult kasi maraming mga beses, marami din tayong mali. Right? As human as we are, dear parents, but I'm encouraging you, be a good listener. Subukan po natin one time, pagka nagsasabi po ng mga rants, ng mga hinaing, ng mga problema, they will say many things and many issues na will not be pleasant. Some of the things that they will be saying or ranting about ay nakaka-high blood, but be a good listener. By the grace of God, we can do it. Let's be good listeners. The next point is related to the things that I mentioned earlier. Our role is to respond rather than react. Teacher Claude, ano po ang difference ng dalawang yon? Pag nag-react tayo, we are not objective anymore. React. Okay? In practical ways, I will describe it to you. Mainit na yung ulo natin. May sinabi yung anak natin or may reklamo or may inexpress. Hindi pa siya tapos. Tayo din. Ano? Yan na naman. Nagtanong yung bata. Mama, nakita mo yung dito ko lang pinatong yung module ko. Hindi pa siya tapos. Ayan na naman. Ang naghahanap kasi bibig. Hindi mata. Hindi natin pinapatapos. Why don't we respond? Okay, listen. Nakita mo, nagpapanik na. Kailangan na niyang sagutan dahil may deadline, ipapas na niya. And then we will react. And then we will do the sermon. Saan? Sigurado ka, anak? Dito mo nalagay? We try to respond. Sige nga, alika, tulungan kita. I-trace natin. Saan ka galing kanina? When we respond, we are more objective. Okay? Titingnan natin yung sitwasyon. Hindi yung sasabayan mo yung kanyang heightened negative emotion, sasabayan. Okay? That would be reacting, not responding. All right? Titingnan pa natin. May mga roles pa dito sa aking next slide. No? May mga ibang roles pa tayo as parents on my next slide. Ayan, this is related. Our role is to implement the teaching, learning, and problem-solving process. If you have a pen and paper beside you, okay, circle the word process or keep a mental note. Process. Nakita nyo? Proseso. Alam ko kasi alam ko dahil yun nga magulang din ako so pareho tayo. Kadalasan kasi ang gusto natin, and ako inaamin ko yan many times, ang gusto natin matapos agad. Why? We really don't feel comfortable. Tama? Pag may problema. Parang, ako ganun, may tendency ako ganun eh. Okay, ano yung problema? Alright, ganito yung gawin natin. Ganito yung gawin natin. Kaya many times nagiging unreasonable or wala sa logic. Hey everyone, this is a process. So pag proseso, may steps. Pag proseso, hindi yan instant. May order yan, may sequence. Step 1, step 2. And then look, ang ganda ng nakalagay, teaching, learning. So it's a teaching, learning process. The SEL, or even how we discipline our children, how we deal with things. Hindi lang siya, nakita nyo, hindi siya one-way na direction na, stop it! Ang ingay. Tama na. Pasok sa kwarto. Is that a teaching learning process? No. Teaching learning process. We teach, they learn. And you know what? Many times, if we sit down and listen and collaborate with our children, they teach, we learn. Kaya nga teaching learning process, hindi siya one way. Not because we're parents, we do all the teaching all the time. No. Ilan sa atin this morning will admit that we have learned many things, many times from our children. Ayaw okay? I know a lot will say, ayaw nating marinig yung gano'n na we have learned a lot from our kids. Okay, what is that? Ego, parents' ego. We just have to identify it, call it out, and deal with it. Kasi pag hindi, nandyan lang po yan. Parents' ego. Okay? And then, it's a problem-solving process. So dapat nakatuon tayo sa problema. Okay? Anak, bakit mainit ang ulo? Sige, sabihin mo nga, ano yun? Ay, yung module dito mo nilagay? Okay, alika, saan ka nanggaling kanina? Sigurado ka? Mama, kumain lang po ako. Oh, kumain. Teka, punta muna tayo doon sa dining area or sa kitchen. Ay, nandito pala. See? But many times, we take note of the pronoun. I'm saying we, kasama ako doon. We don't look at the problem objectively. Many times, pinapairal din natin kung ano yung emotions ng bata, sinasabayan natin ng emotions. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina, that when we are no longer objective, we become monster parents. We become monster teachers. Kasi doon ka nakatuon sa parang ang feeling mo, nilabag yung rule mo. Ang feeling mo, disrespectful or, stop muna with yung feeling, tuon muna tayo sa problema. Ayun pala, so nakita na yung module. Kasi tinanong mo siya, come on, let's retrace your steps. Saan ka pumunta kanina? Basta mama, nung nag-almusal lang ako, ganyan. Nag-almusal, let's go to the kitchen. And then nandun pala. Okay? Rather than not doing the teaching learning and not doing the problem solving, ang sagot mo kaagad, nawala na naman. Hanap na naman, mainit ang ulo mo, bibig ang pinapanghanap mo. Is that a teaching learning process? Is it a problem solving process? No, it's not. The next point is practice empathetic leadership. By empathetic leadership, we all know this from the word empathy or empathize. The leader, the parent leader, understands what the child is going through. I think that, the best way that we will be able to do this is recall. Yung sinabi ko kanina, pause and recall. How were you when you were a child? 'Di ba? So alam mo yung pinagdadaanan niya. Alam mo bakit mainit ang ulo niya. Alam mo yung kanina na pag-uusapan niyo, may mga kids na during online classes, they play games or they want their cameras off, yun pala ibang ginagawa nila, or they just don't like to participate in online. Come on. You went through that. well, uh, we went through that. Nahirapan lang ako sabihin yung we because I really remember, wag po kayo magalit, I really remember that I was a good student. No, I'm not saying academics. Mabait po ako. Nakikinig po ako. Nakikinig ako. And baka sabihin nyo ang corny, no? Sabihin ng ibang, if I have classmates, high school classmates listening or watching right now, they might say, nako, ang boring, hindi na daanan ni Claudette yung exciting part. Kasi hindi ako nakapag, cutting classes or what. I'm sure ang dami po sa inyo na daanan nyo. Okay? Ano ba? Iba lang yung version na nadaanan natin noon sa version nila ngayon. Siguro ang version, that's the version of cutting classes probably, turning off cam, and you're doing another thing while online classes is happening. But, so nag-init na yung ulo natin. But the question is, I really love how Miss Kathy placed it earlier. Alamin natin. So kanina, si Miss Kathy kept on saying, she will communicate with the parents and she would like to know why. Because parents, hindi naman nangyari lang yan dahil ginusto nila trip-trip lang. No, excuse me. There must be a reason. I'm sure you've heard of that. Children who need love and attention the most will show it in the most unloving ways. Will show it in the most unlovable ways. And I keep reminding myself, I am a teacher. I am a teacher for those kinds of students. I'm not saying hindi ko napapansinin yung mga mababait, mga obedient, mga magagaling. No, I'm not saying that. Siyempre, pag teacher ako, teacher for all students, right? Okay? Parang star of all seasons, no? But I remind myself, I'm a teacher, most especially for those kinds of students. Yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. The lovable students. Those who opt to turn off their cam. Those who opt to stay quiet pag tinatanong mo sila. Okay? I want to be a teacher for them. Bakit? Kasi siguro ang konti lang nang gustong maging teacher for them. I mean, I want to know more. Why are you doing that? Why are you reacting that way? There must be a reason. Pero kasi chances are, what we do, we finish the scenario right away. Okay. Send to detention right away. Sana maraming nakikinig ngayon. Stand in the corner right away. Kanina may narinig ako, how do you do it in online classes? Hindi tayo nag-concentrate dun sa behavior. Why is he doing that? Kung ang question nyo mamaya sa Q&A, so Teacher Claude, hindi na tayo magdidisiplina? No, that's not what I'm saying. Ang layo. Importante nga yung discipline. It's the manner how we're doing it. Okay. Practice empathetic leadership. Think of how you were when you were younger. So did you like it? Did you like it when you were embarrassed or humiliated? Okay, I want to say this now. In many cases, a student or a child will not do it again because they are scared of the punishment. Diba? Kasi I'm sure sasabihin nyo, nung panahon namin, nung panahon nyo, panahon ko din yon. And we are so proud pa. Ang yabang pa natin nung panahon natin, binitin tayo ng patiwarik, etc., etc. Just stop. By flaunting it, by being proud, na sabihin natin, okay naman tayo, okay nga tayo eh. By saying that we are okay, so something is not right. Kasi we should not celebrate that. We should not celebrate approaches or pamamaraan ng nagpapahiya, ng embarrass or humiliate. Practice empathetic leadership. Apologize when you have wronged them. Parents, teachers, walang mawawala. Look into yourself. Hindi ba what is stopping us from apologizing? Again, the ego. But it makes us more human and we get their respect. When we acknowledge, nagkamali ako doon, anak, and I apologize, that is a teaching learning process. The child now has learned, so this is what being humble is all about. See that? Give affirmations. Alam nyo, ang hirap eh. Madalas yung negative ang napapansin. Okay? Ayan na naman, ginawa mo na naman yan. Okay? When will you stop that? Tigas talaga ng ulo mo. Oh my goodness. And the labels we give. The labels, ay nako. No to labeling. Okay? We give affirmations. Ang difference niya sa praises is that this one is specific and objective. I appreciate, anak, na tinulungan yung niligpit mo yung pinagkainan natin. Okay? Binanggit mo kung ano yung ginawa niya. Right? Salamat, tinulungan mo si Bunso umakyat sa hagdan kasi baka mahulog siya. Kunyari may toddler na kapatid. Mention the behavior. Okay? Not so much on mga very good job na napaka-vague naman at hindi naman niya alam kung bakit. Affirm. Para alam ng bata, okay, so this is, may ginawa akong mabuti, ibig sabihin, I can repeat this. Because this is something that's good. Going back dun sa sinabi ko kanina, a child might avoid doing something dahil takot siya sa punishment. Not because natutunan niya na yun ay isang bagay na hindi pala tama. Hindi ba mas maganda if the child will avoid doing something because that thing is not good? Hindi kaaya-aya yan. Not because takot lang siya sa punishment. And vice versa, hindi po ba nakakatuwa if a child will do something because he knows ito ang tama. It gives, meron siyang good feeling inside. It's intrinsic motivation. Hindi yung gagawa siya ng itong bagay kasi may premyo. Di ba? So, ayaw natin ng ganun. Nag-aantay lang siya ng premyo at ng punishment. Okay? And, this gets to be interesting because on my next slide, you will learn practical ways and activities that, you can do with your children at home to develop their social emotional skills. It's very important. It's very important that we have family meetings at home, lalo na sa panahon ngayon ng lockdown or quarantine. I don't know anong tawag ninyo, family meeting, family bonding. Pag narinig kasi natin yung meeting, no, parang, Teacher Claude, is that possible? Pag narinig natin yung meeting, para bang meeting with the board or meeting with the principal? No, I don't mean that. Ito na ang tawag ay family meeting. It's a bonding time. But this should be intentional also. Kasi parang hindi na tayo nagpapangkita ngayon eh. Remember what I said earlier? If we don't go intentional about this, kakainin tayo ng oras. Sa sitwasyon natin ngayon sa pandemic, everyone's busy. Ako nga, nung last year, when this started, I don't know if you're like this, nawala yung orientation ko sa araw at sa petsa. Sa totoo lang po, tinatanong ko pa, talaga, Saturday ba ngayon? Or anong araw ba bukas? Nawala yung orientation ko because, of course, look at our situation now. That's why you have to be intentional. That is one point in SEL. Have family meetings. Ano ba yung common na nandyan kayo? Yung mga members of the family. If you are in an extended family, come on, include lolo, include ninang if she's there, include ate or even yaya. Masaya yun eh. Catching up. Kumusta ang lahat? Ikaw, kumusta ka? Kuya, anong nangyari sa online mo kanina? Nagpanik ka? Nawala ka ba? Nawalan ba tayo ng wifi connection? Ate, kanina natatawa ka. Natanggal ba? Parang may sinasabi ka kanina na natanggal si teacher, wala si teacher. Tapos sabi ng teacher nyo, salita siya ng salita, wala na pala kayo. Kwento naman dyan. Actually, yung sample na binigay ko, ako yun. Parang twice na po nangyari. Nagsasalita ako for, parang at a certain time, nagsasalita ako ng mga 10 to 15 minutes na. Ang kausap ko pala yung screen. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I'm sure several times nangyari sa inyo ito, but this is our life now. Naluluha ako dahil natatawa ako, okay? So, yung ganun na pag-uusapan sa family meeting. Or yung mga, kung pwede, challenges, serious things. Bunso, why are you sad? May nangyari ba? And then wait for the reply. Huwag niyong madaliin. Sabi ko nga, hindi naman ito kagaya ng family meeting hindi ito kagaya ng mga meeting sa opisina. Okay? Make it light, but make it sincere. Go to the family meeting with an open heart and open mind. Alright. It's up to you kailan nyo gustong gawin. Once a week? Twice a week? Kailan nyo gustong gawin ito? After dinner? During dessert time? Or nandun kayo sa balkonahe? Wow, old school, ano? Wala na nga mga balkonahe ngayon ng mga bahay, di ba? Old school. It really, it tells the age of Claude. All right. But I'm encouraging everyone, please hold a family meeting. Okay? Kasi ito na lang pong, chances are, ito na lang ang mga pinag-uusapan ngayon eh. Oh, tapos ka na? Okay. Okay. Ako naman, kain naman ako. O ikaw, huwag kang lalabas, yung face shield mo, ganun. If you reflect upon it, bihira na lang po ang meaningful conversations eh. Everyone is busy. Everyone seems to be in a hurry. Everyone is uptight. Iba-ibang emotions, ang prevalent na emotion sa atin. Worry, fear, because of yung sa health natin, sa pandemic, no, yun ang mga nag-occupy ng minds natin. Kaya this is important. Next, do family projects. Pag narinig natin yung word na project, para bang sa trabaho. Okay? A big project or tatayo kayong building dyan, or again, pag narinig natin ng word na project, parang nung estudyante tayo, may pinapapas na project. Okay? Yung mga, alam niyo yon, yung mga, dahil kasi di ba outcomes based, no? But it's a project. It can be a long-term project. Do it. Some might say, ang corny naman, Teacher Claude. No, I'm serious. May kanya-kanyang project, may kanya-kanyang hobbies, but why don't you ask each one, ano yung pwede ninyong gawin na common? For example, can you be all plantitos and plantitas? Kahit yung mga anak, tig-isang tig-isang paso, tig-isang halaman yung inaalagaan. And then, may time na mag-show off kayo, kamusta yung sayo? Itong sa akin namatay. Anything that draws you together. Okay. Ano ba? I don't even know, no? Uso pa ba ngayon ng cross-stitch? Or I have heard, may narinig ako, diamond painting. I haven't done that yet. Alright? Ako naman, ang nakahiligan ko nung last year, nag-aral ako ng online. Shout out sa aking online ukulele teacher, Teacher Dan Pugay. So, thank you, Sir Dan. Natuto ako magtugtog ng ukulele. Gusto nyo, sampulan ko kayo mamaya. No, I'm just kidding. Biro lang po, biro lang. Natuto ako. Hindi ako expert, pero alam nyo ba, it gives me a good feeling. It gives me a pleasant feeling. Kaya po pagka ako'y pagod na, pag atong mind ko po ay punong-puno na cognitive overload, so many meetings in a day, tapos may online class. And then, students sending you PM, ma'am, na validate nyo na po yung tool namin, etc. And then, so I just stop. Okay? I stop for a while. I say a prayer, and then I get my ukulele. And then I play my ukulele and I sing. That can be a family project. Okay? So, sabi nung anak ko one time, Mama, aralin mo ang tugtog na ito para, that's the song I want to sing, no? And then, naisip ko, ano kaya ang gagawin ng bunso ko, yung si Cyril ko yung bunso. Siguro siya sa maracas. And then, yung aking daughter, ang taga-ganon, ano, and kanta. And then ako sa ukulele, no? Anything. Guys, anything. You can have a, you can have a movie night. We also do that. Okay? Pili ng isang movie, and then after ng movie, sige, mag-evaluation kayo na kayo-kayo lang, na parang mga experts. But it's also important to have a one-on-one quality and quantity time. Kasi iba po ang group, iba po ang bonding, iba din ang one-on-one. Probably you're saying, what is that, Teacher Claude? Parang pareho lang yun. No, it's different. One-on-one is, let's say, you have 7 kids. Of course, different ang family bonding, different ang family projects. But when you have 7 kids and you want to practice or implement socio-emotional learning, oh yes, inuunahan ko na, no? Sabi ng iba, imposible yan, Teacher Claude. No, walang imposible, and I'm sorry, you have to do this. One-on-one quality and quantity time will bring about a positive result in your relationship. Naalala niyo yung connection na sinabi ko kanina? Because that child will feel, ay, okay, importante pala ako kay mama, importante ako kay papa. Iba yung group, iba yung one-on-one. How are you going to do it? Is that going to be your question later sa Q&A? Kasi I want to answer it now. How are you going to do it? You have to dig upon your creativity, dear parents. It's up to you. Lalo na ngayon, hindi tayo makalabas. Kasi before, pwede mong ilabas eh. At pag nilabas mo, yung time mo, talagang para sa kanya lang. At alam niya na, sasabihin niya, ay, ang sarap ng feeling. Wala si kuya, wala si ate. All eyes talaga sa akin si papa or si mama. How are you going to do it now? Pwede mo pa rin siyang ilabas sa garden. Sa balkonahe, pag may balkonahe kayo. Alright. Siguro sabi ng mga nanonood ngayon, especially the millennial teachers or parents, what is she talking about? Ano ba yung balkonahe? Ay, sayang wala akong picture ng balkonahe namin in Bacolod City. Okay? So, anyway, we have also meditation and prayer time. That's very important. In fact, this is, kasi iba-ibang domains. There's the social domain, relationship, emotional domain, emotions, cognitive domain, or intellectual domain, and then the physical domain. So there's by the way, I think I missed out on the previous slide. May nakalagay doon, physical activities. Do it with them. It doesn't have to be yung mga complicated na mag-gym kayo or magbuhat ng kung ano yung pwede nyong gawin na available na nasa bahay. Make it creative, make it fun, do it for our physical well-being. Kasi may kinalaman din po yan sa SEL. And then here it says arts and crafts. I heard a while ago, Teacher Sari said, mahilig siya sa mga painting at coloring. Very good, Teacher Sari. Kasi that's very therapeutic po yan. In fact, yung nilagay ko dito na arts and crafts, dalawang magkaibang bagay yan. Crafts is, following instruction activity. May susundan ka na instruction and in most cases, you use exactly the same material. And then, susunod din mo na lang yung instruction. Kalimitan sa craft, pag natapos mo yung craft mo, medyo kapareho ng itsura dun sa isang classmate mo or friend mo, pareho kayong craft na ginagawa. Arts is different. Arts is the heart of a person on a certain medium. Okay? So, minsan ang ginagawa natin, a combination of arts and crafts. There's so many things that you can do. Just look around. In fact, baka nasa bahay nyo lang. Okay? Help them do the gratitude jar. Gratitude jar can be converted into a gratitude journal. We have to teach, dear parents, our children. We have to help them develop an attitude of gratitude. an attitude of thankfulness, because this will bring about a different type of attitude. You know, instead of complaining, mabuti pa si ganon, mabuti pa ang kapitbahay, mabuti pa yung classmate ko. Once we help them nurture an attitude of gratitude, wait a minute, tayo ay hindi ganon. So dapat tayo muna, okay? But once this is developed, we realize that we have so many things to be thankful for. We have so many blessings that we enjoy. Once we start, being mindful of what we have, instead of looking at others and seeing na buti pa siya, meron siya, yung neighbor ko yung easy, and then we complain. So we reverse that. Now, gratitude jar is, ayan, nasa picture, it's a jar, and then maybe you can ask your child in a day, no, gawin ninyong lahat para masaya. Tig-isang jar kayo. You recycle. Mag-isip kayo, mag-identify ng 3-4 na bagay sa isang araw kung bakit ka thankful. Okay? I'm thankful because somebody sent me, for example lang to, a cake, no? Mother's Day cake. I'm thankful. It can be as simple but genuine as, I am thankful because I woke up today. I'm alive. Thank you, Lord, I'm alive. Write it down. Roll it. Put it inside the gratitude jar. Kanya-kanyang style po yan. If you want, kasi very na ngayon, no? Very techy. You can put it in your phone. You can write it down through your tablet, your laptop. Gratitude jar, a virtual gratitude jar. The important thing is we develop an attitude of gratitude. And then it's helpful when we are able to help them. Kayo din, if these are just suggestions. Journaling. Journaling is one way of expressing what we feel, what we think about, whether negative or positive. It's an avenue. We express. At the same time, it also teaches us that these are the things that I've been doing lately. These are the things that I'm thankful for. Nakakatuwa po yung... Now again, if you are like me, na old school, you can have a concrete journal, or you can have a virtual journal. Marami. Put it on your phone, laptop, tablet, PC. All right? Ang importante lang, creative tayo. Okay? So, there are so many things actually that we can do at home. And I'm sure that many of you can do it. Keywords po. Creative. Resourceful. Willingness to learn. Okay? And then what are the keywords that we should cross out from our vocabulary? Ego. Parents' ego. Okay? Yung mga saying po na, Ining, papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako. Excuse me, please. Can you just delete that? Yung mga papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako. Once you start saying that, I'm telling you, you are stuck. Why? You become a stagnant person. Pag ganun po ang attitude natin, wala hong learning na papasok. Kahit ilang webinar or tech talks ang aatenan natin if you maintain that attitude. Yung alam ko na yan, paulit-ulit na yan, napakinggan ko na yan sa ganitong webinar. And I pity that person. Okay? Our attitude should always be, our mental attitude should always be, I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to attend this webinar. I'm going to learn many things today. Okay? Dapat papunta tayo. This is a journey po. Ang ginagawa natin ngayon, this is one long, meaningful, beautiful journey. Itong SEL. Okay? So, I think, I'm not sure if this is my last slide or I have... all right. So, I am very excited to listen to you. I am very excited to listen to Sir PJ and Teacher Zari echo to me the questions of the audience. Kanina pa po talaga ako excited. And not just questions. Probably you want to share your thoughts about what I have been discussing. Okay? Baka pareho tayo. Oh, kayo ba, alam niyo yung sinabi ko kanina, yung balkonahe? Alright. Sorry, doon na po ako na-fixate because I really realized baka ako lang po ang nakakaalam ng balkonahe. Okay. So, yeah, I'm ready, Sir PJ, Teacher Zari.
Thank you po, Teacher Claude. At before Q&A, palakpakan po muna natin si Teacher Claude. Napakaganda. Ako po mismo, ang dami ko pong na-take down notes and binabantayan ko rin po ang ating comment section. Pumuputok po ang ating comment section not because of their questions, pero dahil relate much talaga sila sa inyo pong mga sinabi. So let me read a few po. Sabi ni Share Jayi, galing po ito sa YouTube. I have known a family magkakasama nga sa buhay but they are more than strangers. Walang connection dahil hindi nila napapractice yung togetherness. Nakakalungkot lang. Kaya this is very timely. At yung isa naman pong nagsabi, ito raw po, ito, sabi ni Ronaldo Antazo, yes, I am enjoying and learning a lot from the talks. Guilty at times with my own children. And yes, it is true that we should not use as an excuse that we are too busy to give time to our children. Kasi nga po, di ba, sinasabi nga nila, lalo na po sa panahon ngayon, Teacher Claude, di ba, pagod tayo, marami tayong ginagawa Monday to Friday, yung iba po Monday to Saturday, ganun din po ang ating mga anak or mga estudyante. Kaya kapag may free time, quote-unquote, yung supposedly na personal or family time, anong ginagawa? Lahat daw po kanya-kanyang kwarto, kanya-kanyang TV, kanya-kanyang devices, at yun daw po ang kanilang family time, being away from each other. So yun po, kaya kailangan po na hindi, sabi nyo nga po, hindi naman po ito madali. Kailangan din pong umeffort sa mga ganitong bagay. Kaya po, yun kailangan natin dagdagan ng extra push, no, para magkaroon tayo ng hindi lang po quantitative time, kundi qualitative na time together. Thank you po, Teacher Claude. Ang dami ko pong insights doon.
Teacher Claude. Ayan, so far wala pa ako nakikitang question dito, no, Sir PJ, but I would like also to read din yung mga iba pa pong insights ng ating mga commenters or yung mga viewers natin. Mukhang meron din po tayong mga past students nyo na nandito ngayon, Teacher Claude. Sabi po dito ni Sam Feed L. Sabi niya, yay, Teacher Claude, one of my favorite teachers. With ang dami high five.
Teacher Sam! Hi, Teacher Sam!
Then sabi niya, yes, we are not perfect and we need self-care as well. Then some of our viewers also says from Teacher Celeste Padilla, bongga sa galing and mabait si Dr. Casey at Tandok, excited to learn from her. Yan, sabi niya kanina.
Sorry, shout out. She's my classmate in the PhD program. Hi, Ma'am Celeste. Hello.
Hello po. Yan, thank you po for being with us today and also being with Miss Claude today. And also from Teacher Marilu po, sabi nyo, wow, nakaka-touch naman po ma'am. Habang nag-e-explain kayo, kinukurot ako sa puso. Awakening po bawat words nyo ma'am. And then sabi niya rin, follow-up, sabi niya, provide connection. Quality time / quantity time. Wow, thank you ma'am for reminding us. Thank you po. Ayan, napaka-grateful nila from your discussion, Teacher Claude. And they are really grateful na nandito sila at napanood nila ang session natin for today. Ang daming naiyak, ma'am.
Of course, tama po yan, Teacher Sari, no? Kasi hindi lang daw po mga educators ang nanonood dito, kasama raw po nila, pati mga anak daw po nila. Kinukurot daw po sila, tinatapik po nila. Sabi po ni Miss Nerissa Dayanan, my kids are telling me that she's right, ma. Di ba? Habang daw kayo raw po ay nag-share sa amin ng insights, uma-agree daw po ang kanilang mga anak. Amen. Opo. Nice. Very, very good. Opo, opo.
I wonder saan banda po sabi nung anak niya kanina, ma, she's right. Hindi ko lang alam ano sa part doon. Meron po kasi sample kanina si Teacher Claude, yung parang sabi, oh, alala naman yan, ganyan. Yung kanina po parang sa samples lang doon. So, minsan yung mga bata doon nakaka-relate kasi. Kasi natural din minsan sa parents. Talagang meron tayong hindi ako kasamang parents, but my parents also. But with my parents also, na, kung ano yung naririnig ko from there kapag pinagsasabihan nila ako, or yun din yung mga nare-receive or
Tama po.
na experience pa ng before. So I really do relate to that part po also.
Tama po. Okay,
Yes,
Teacher
yes.
Zari and Teacher Claude. Ito po, may mga katanungan po tayo. Ito po ay galing kay Emma Lumabas. Before po, bonding daw po ng nilang pamilya ay pagsisimba, at nung nagkaroon ng pandemya at lockdown, hindi na raw po sila nakalabas. Lalong-lalo na daw po yung mga bata ay hindi na raw po nadadala sa church. Ito po ang kanyang katanungan. Teacher Claude, paano daw po sila effectively makakapag-share ng SEL kung yung parents daw po mismo ang kailangan ng SEL o kaya namang lacking yung SEL? Paano daw po yun?
Yes, actually, no, Sir PJ, yun ang isang part kanina ng aking discussion na sinabi ko, hindi ito madali.
Opo.
Kaya nga journey siya, no? Pero hindi ito madali because if we are not an example, mahirap ito, Sir PJ, kasi parang ano lang ito. Parang ito ay isa lang sa mga sermon o lecture. Ito ang gawin mo, ito. Pero kaya importante kay everyone listening, gusto ko pong sabihin, while this is difficult to do, we will be able to do this. Kailangan po tayo maging ehemplo, maging example. Tama yung sinabi ni Ma'am, yung tanong niya, we cannot implement this pag hindi tayo example. Ang SEL, Sir PJ and Ms. Zari, can you imagine it? Can you picture it? Kasi hindi ko ma-picture ng buhay ang SEL tapos hindi ginagawa ng parents. Saan manggagaling yun? Although, ito po bihira nangyayari ito. I know that in some families, sana po wag naman masaktan ang makakarinig or ang mga guilty. I know that in some families, ang SEL po ay ginagamit at gamit na gamit ng mga anak. And sometimes, I don't know, Teacher Zari or Sir PJ or those listening, kung nakikita nyo ang mga ibang families na to na, okay, don't get angry at Teacher Claude, yung mas mature ang mga kabataan. Patawarin nyo po ako mga magulang, I'm not saying all. Kaya sabi ko mangilan-ngilan, may mga families po na ganito na the children, especially those who are grown already, will say, or it's okay, I understand where my mama is coming from, my papa is coming from, pero sana intindihin niya rin ako. When you hear that, you see a very mature child. Okay? But I agree. Ang ideal po nito, magulang talaga sana ang example.
Okay. Thank you po, Teacher Claude. No? At sa mga magulang po dyan, isa pong reminder ito sa ating lahat. Ano? Let me remind you again, let me reiterate kung ano din yung sinabi ni Teacher Claude. Ito pong journey na ito ay hindi naman po eksaktong madali. Di ba? Mas madali pong sabihin, di ba? Sa kanina po, less than an hour po ang lecture ni Teacher Claude. Pero ito pong gagawin natin ay siguro po buong lifetime natin to gagawin. Lalong-lalo na po kung tutuloy-tuloy pa itong pandemyang ito dahil mas pinahirap pa po ito dahil sa virtual setting nga naman. At saka meron tayong, di ba, sinasabi nga nila, yung fatigue ng virtual learning and virtual working, di ba? Kaya nga, minsan, di ba, ang resort natin tuwing weekend ay magpahinga na lang, kanya-kanya na lang muna tayo, do whatever you want. Pero kailangan pala may extra effort para ma-hone natin ito at home. Thank you po, Teacher Claude.
Opo,
Yes.
Teacher Claude, thank you very much. And Sir PJ, may nabasa nga po ako dito. Another comment from Teacher Elizabeth Arabit, you cannot give what you don't have. A good leader is a good follower. Have an ESL to guide our children to so I think she means
SEL.
about SEL. Yeah. So yun nga, tama naman, no, you cannot give what you don't have.
Yeah. Teacher Zari, that's very
Yes.
true. Importante itong SEL, no? Yung gustong-gusto ko yung quotation na yan. You cannot empty cup. What will you give? Ikaw nga, you are running already. Diba, for example, you want to be an effective teacher. You want to be, anong gusto natin? Okay, everyone who is listening, whether teacher or parents, gusto natin effective tayo, we want to be nurturing, hindi po ba? Sure, yan ang goal na. We want to be nurturing, we want to be kind. para sa lahat po sa atin ngayon, I'm encouraging you. Ito po ang isang bagay na kailangan natin ngayon. Kindness. We do not need rudeness or being disrespectful. Yan ang hindi natin kailangan ngayon. We need to spread the culture of kindness. But this is my question, Teacher Zari and Sir PJ. How can we spread the culture of kindness? How can we be a nurturing teacher or parent? How can we be an objective teacher or parent when we ourselves, we don't have that anymore? Kung sa kotse pa, we are running empty already. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So ano ang dapat gawin? Dito papasok ang SEL, socio-emotional learning. It's not being selfish. Kung kailangan nyo ng self-care, do it. This is what I'm saying Teacher Sari and Sir PJ, sa mga teachers na nakikinig, lalo na sa mga magulang, lalo na ang mga nanay, shout out to you all. Hindi ba kalimitan, ito ang madalas natin sabihin, o sige, kain na kayo. Hindi, okay lang ako, mauna na kayo. Hindi, sige na, kayo na. By the time na kumain ka na, ewan ko lang Sir PJ kung nakarelate ka dito because relate ako dito. Hindi ba medyo snappy ka na at mainit na ang ulo mo? Yung kanina pa ako humihingi ng tubig, pambira naman, walang nakikinig. You know why you're like that? Gutom ka na. Kaninong kasalanan? Sa'yo. Ano ba inaalok? And yung gusto, because ikaw ang nanay, unahin mo lahat, your spouse, why? Okay, why? Listen everyone. Alam ko baka may ibang hindi makatanggap ng ganitong thinking. You know why? Because we were all raised that way. Dapat huli ka na. Dapat, especially when you're a mom, unahin mo lahat. Last ka na. Or else, pag ginawa mong mauna yung sarili mo, selfish ka. I'm sorry, I'm so frank, Sir PJ and Teacher Zari. Kaya nakabaon sa mind natin, selfish tayo. Nakabaon sa mind natin, sobra naman to, inuna yung sarili niya. Let me bring back to yung example na yon. Bakit ka sumisigaw ngayon? Nahuli lang yung tubig, ba't ka galit? Gutom ka na. And it has an effect. Sa brain mo, sa physiological, okay, hindi ako doktor. Pero I know this because I felt that. Gutom ka na. Bakit ka parang, anong tawag doon? I'm sorry for the term. Bakit ka parang zombie habang nagtuturo ka? Because you are so tired already. Because pang last class mo na yan. So Teacher Zari and Sir PJ, pag last class ko na, I have to talk to myself. I have to remind myself, Teacher Claude, come on, you have to be up and about. I pray to be okay. Kasi unfair sa last class mo na just because pagod ka na, gutom ka na, mainit na ang ulo mo, kawawa naman sila. Konting mali lang ng mga students, konting hindi nag-on ng cam. Anong ginagawa nyo? Bakit naka-off ang cam? You become a monster teacher because you didn't implement SEL sa sarili mo. No, that's really true, Sir PJ.
Tama.
And sana talaga maraming nakikinig at isa-isip ito ngayon. Bakit po? Because my heart is for the students. I'm sorry, marami yung nabibiktima dito
Tama po. Teacher Claude, last two things, mga observation ko lang po from what you spoke about. So two things. Number one, sabi nga raw po nila, di ba, sa mga airplanes daw po, di ba? In case of an emergency, oxygen mask will fall off, and before assisting others, put on your mask first. Di ba? Kung gusto mo tumulong sa iba, punuin mo muna yung sarili mo, unahin mo yung sarili mo. Self-care. And next po, ito po yung tinamaan po tayong lahat dito. I'm sure, lalong-lalo na po sa mga parents, sa mga teachers po dito. Yung sinasabi nyo yung, alam mo papunta pa lang kayo, pabalik na kami. totoo po yung sinabi nyo no, na ang hirap po minsan tanggapin bilang isang teacher na nag-e-educate. Ikaw yung sanay na nagtuturo, pero ang hirap ngayon na tayo yung natuturuan, di ba? Pag nasasabihin ka na medyo kulang pa, that you have to grow, you have to adjust to virtual learning, na yung dating alam mo ay hindi na ganun ka-applicable ngayon. So parang, ang sakit. So meron po dapat na attitude nga naman ng growth mindset. Yung tipong, di ba, the more that you know, the more that you don't know. Lalong-lalo na po ngayong panahon na ito, di ba nga, ang hirap tanggapin na hindi na natin alam yung pagbubukas ng app, di ba? Pagko-connect sa ganitong program, di ba? Pag-i-integrate ng mga device into one motion or, di ba? One system, o di ba? So yun po
Sir
napakaganda po niya. Damang-dama
Sir PJ,
nating lahat.
Ako yan, ako yan, Sir PJ. Pero Sir PJ, ang alam nyo, ang lagi ko sinasabi, Sir PJ, I am willing to learn. Gusto kong sabayan ng mga kabataan. Kasi, sir, hindi na tayo pabalik ngayon. We are dealing with 21st century learners. Kailangan tayo. We have to bear in mind, we are the 21st century teachers. So, sir, hindi ko pwedeng gawing excuse palagi na, di ba, kanina nga sabi ko kay Sir Francis, hindi kasi ako, I'm a technologically challenged person. Tama naman. But, at itong maganda sa but, I am willing to learn. Humihingi ako ng tulong sa mga anak ko, sa mga students ko, 'di ba, Sir PJ? Yeah.
Tama po. Ang ganda po yung sinabi nyo. We are dealing with 21st century students. So we are expected to be 21st century teachers. Kung sila ay nagle-level up, dapat mas lalo tayong nagle-level up. Napakaganda naman po nun.
Yeah.
Wow! Okay, again, before we move forward, palakpakan po natin si Teacher Claude. Grabe.
Ayan.
Nag-uumapaw yung learnings natin.
Totoo.
Teacher Zari, go ahead.
Sige po, Sir PJ. Ayan, Teacher Claude, thank you very much po. At I'm for sure po marami pong natutunan at maaalala nila itong discussion ninyo ngayong umaga. Sabi nga ng ating mga viewers ngayon, napuno ang kanilang mind, hindi lang kanilang mind but also their heart. And I'm pretty sure po na madadala nila ito hanggang sa huli nilang hininga. Kasi nga sabi nila, 'di ba, kung mas naaalala po ng tao kung ano yung naramdaman nila kesa yung mismong moment. So, ayun po, Teacher Claude, thank you very much po. And we and also the other people, the commenters also says, sana po makarinig pa kami more from you next time. Ayan po, Teacher Claude. Thank you very much po. Alright? So now, Sir PJ, move forward na po tayo para sa ating next speaker. Next and last speaker po natin. Alright, so teachers, now let's move forward to our next topic at hindi syempre mawawala sa ating Tech Talks for All ang ating segment na Digitools. Now, to present to us our Digitools, Microsoft Digitools for this morning, let me present to you our speaker. So our speaker is one of Audentes Technologies Master Trainer, a graduate from University of Santo Tomas and is a licensed professional teacher. Her professional teaching experience includes Singapore Learning System or Desired Outcomes Education, progressive curriculum, the Montessori method, special education and communicative approach, name it. Alam niya yan. In an international school setting pa. She taught in early years and secondary level. Presently, again, she's one of the master trainers of Audentes Technologies. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, virtual palakpakan din po para po sa ating master trainer. Here is Teacher Debbie Roslyn Kalingasyon. Teacher Debbie.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Great energy from our host, from our viewers, and of course, from our credible speakers. I'm really happy to be here. And right now, I'll talk about DigiTools that promote social-emotional development in a remote learning setup. I'll be showing two tools from Microsoft. Let me share my screen. Please let me know if you can view it now. There you go. So first is Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a super awesome video discussion tool that's simple, accessible, and fun. So if you're a teacher, you can have your students reflect on their assignments using videos, or you can have them create entire assignments in videos. So if you're in Microsoft Teams already, you can easily add your Flipgrid discussion. But before we talk about that, how does this help social emotional learning for students? Because that is our main topic for today. And I'll try to take notes and insert topics or phrases from our credible speakers that was the first one who spoke today. So apart from its fun educational interface, Flipgrid will help students to reach out and connect with the teachers and their classmates within the community, empowering them to use their speech by expressing their ideas in a familiar way, like taking videos, watching their peers react to them, and also watch and comment on their peers' videos. In this way, we are letting them gain self confidence and self esteem. That, as all we know, is important for social emotional development or learning. Right from our speakers, we heard give affirmations, and Flipgrid can help your community with that. Okay, so let's do this. You're on Flipgrid's homepage, as I'm showing here on my screen. Select Educator Sign Up, and then choose to sign up with Microsoft. Enter your Office 365 account, and then complete the account information. And now we're going to start by creating a group. So this is my Flipgrid account. I've already signed up, and here is your interface when you enter. So we're going to start by creating a group. My mouse cursor is highlighted in yellow, and I hope it helps your eye movement, right? So here, click Create Group. You can change cover image. Right now, I'll leave it to that because we have limited time. And start with group name. Example, secondary school. Going down, you can either add students using emails or Flipgrid usernames. We'll use student email for now. For an example, I'll add myself. There you go. Or you can just add your domain name, upload a CSV file from your school, which is basically anything from your information center. So for the domain, you can insert an @ in your email address that is domain name. Okay, so that's how you do it. And now when finished, we can create group, click create group. And this is the link you'll share with your students. Or you can share the group join code, the group join code. I'll show it to you later too. And a few different ways, including Microsoft Teams, of course. Or you can copy and paste the code anywhere you're communicating with your students, different platforms. You can go ahead and share the link. Now let's go to the group and add a topic, okay? I'll close that for now. So you can see the group. Here's the group that I created, secondary school, for an example. And I only have one topic yet, that's the default one. But how do you create a topic? You go and click here, create a topic, to add a topic. And I'm thinking to create an introductory topic first. Get to know our students, right? If it's your first time using this, you can try this example. So the title is introductory topic, and I'll fill this out quickly. Again, this is for my secondary level students. I'll give other examples for other levels there. So I chose to ask them, what is your name and how can you relate to a song, to make it more engaging, more fun. It's not really intimidating, right? And next, we can choose media resources. And this is where it gets really fun. I can record a video of myself if I wanted to do a sample, like what's my name and how can I relate to a song. And I can also upload a video as a guide. I can add a video from YouTube or Vimeo and add other things here. And of course, GIF. And I'm going to choose that. And click on or search on the main word that you want that is related to your description or instruction. I'll choose this one. It looks really fun. And the secondary level high schoolers can relate to that GIF. Yeah. So I'll choose that. Go down. You'll see that there are setting options that you can modify before sharing your topic. You can add a password for families and guests to join the topic. And below in Essentials, you can moderate the topic, meaning you can review videos before making them visible to class. Next, I can adjust, or you can adjust the number of time students has to record. Okay, I'll choose 1 minute and 30 seconds. I think that would be enough for introductory. And then you can also set the comment settings and close caption language. And once your topic is ready, click create a topic. There you go. So your topic is ready to be shared. And again, it is in the same way as a link. You can share it as a link, codes, other apps, including once again, Microsoft Teams. Okay, there you go. I'll close it. And other than creating a topic of your own, the Discovery tab right here beside discussion, the Discovery tab will allow educators to search various topics. This is a wide range of resources for teachers. Topic of the day, browse subjects, trending topics, right? But if you have a topic in mind and you just need help, because that's okay if we need to get some help or resources from other communities, from other teachers, then click on search topics. Again, from Discovery tab, click on search topics. And for example, you're looking to engage them in a specific subject matter, right? So try on the specific topic right here. When done, enter. Wait for it to load. And it will prompt you to this. So many topics to choose from. But don't worry, we have filters that can help you with it. Okay, so in the subject drop-down arrow here, you can choose to filter for specific searches there, for specific subject, to be exact. And in the community drop-down arrow, you can choose to filter the level of your students or communities, like you want it to come from parents, professionals, librarian, clubs, organizations, or others. And I want to show you an example for preschoolers, because preschoolers are one of the hardest levels to manage and engage, right? If you've handled preschool, then you can pretty much handle all levels in education. There you go. And especially now, our topic is remote learning and social emotional development. And this is most helpful for the lower level, right? That basic education. And now I'll click on preschool, then choose this physical activity for the students to discuss. I have balance and jumping. Here, you can view it before you add or share a topic. And then there. And why did I choose this? Because kinesthetic learning activities activate the various organs of the body in expressing emotions. And as a result, their confidence increases and their social relationships with others become stronger as well. So I'll click add topic, add to a group, choose the group, click next. And you'll see discovery topic added. Okay. I want to view it to make sure, right? So go to my topics, click on that. And how do you share it now? So of course, I want to share it directly to Microsoft Teams. So click Microsoft Teams. Share to a channel, search a team or channel, and then share. Okay. And your link has been shared. If you check your Microsoft Teams, you'll see there that it has been shared and they can view it. All right. So that is for sharing and creating topic. Now we just walked through the educator side of Flipgrid. But the power of Flipgrid is on the student side and giving them to the chance to speak up and express themselves. So here's a quick video on Flipgrid that walks your students through the cool video features that really sets them apart. Because I've heard that there's audience right here, right now, that is, or are students, right? So let me go and show a quick one. This is for you, for the students. Okay, so I hope you dive in because there's so much more to do. And we've been seeing questions about what you can do with Flipgrid beyond selfie videos. And the answer is so many things. There's so much more you can do and it's accessible. So please sign up to Flipgrid if you haven't and keep on learning. Now I'll be going over our second DG tool from Microsoft. I'll share my screen again. Please hold. All right, there. So I'll be showing now how to use the new Reflect app, which is free in Microsoft Teams. Reflect is really designed for social emotional learning and how can you gauge the temperature of the feelings in your classroom. So connecting to our credible speakers a while ago, pause and reflect, foster holistic learning, and show empathetic leadership. So teachers, sometimes we forget to listen to our students. We forget to reflect ourselves. We forget to let our students reflect. So tayo po mauuna mag-approach teachers and parents. Being that said, here's how we can use Reflect app. First, Reflect needs to be installed. Open your Microsoft Teams. Reflect needs to be installed, and how in this case I'm going to go down to my apps and the lower left, click apps and search Reflect. Here, we can expand Reflect. Beside open, you'll see a drop-down menu. Select add to a team. Search your team. And for starters, it will say set up a bot, and that's the Reflect bot. And here it will prompt you to that directly, right? But if you want to go over to your other classes, I'll show you how we can add Reflect. And remember the Flipgrid one, the topic that we shared, it showed right here. So to access Reflect, click New Conversation, and then you'll see New Conversation, and then do you see right here? So this is called a message extension. If I click this, it opens up a dialog. There you go. It opens up the dialog for Reflect. So first off, it can ask questions about personal and social well-being or questions about learning. And for now, I'll choose below personal and social. How are you feeling today as the default? The next part, privacy. This is very important because when you want to keep things private or not, when we're asking people about how they're feeling. And remember, this is a class, they're classmates in this group that can see or might not. So here we can choose from two options. It is definite that we teachers can see everything, but to reiterate, privacy is important when it comes to social emotional needs. Since we're all individuals and as teachers, we need to be sensitive to our students. So let's view the options. Again, educators see students' names and reflections. We all have that options. First is, can classmates see reflections but not names? Second, classmates won't see anything. So I wanted to keep this simple and choose the first option. I can see it, the teacher, and the classmates can also see the reflections, but not the names of their classmates. Click on it. And you can see here that you can also choose the duration of the Reflect sample, 2 hours, 8 hours, and I want to choose 8 hours. Give them time. And then when done, click send. And now it put out a reflection. How are you feeling today? And this goes to the class. And now I'm going to show what it looks like for our students. All right. So, since this is only a demo, the channel was not active and I don't have students there to reflect back on. So, therefore, I'll be showing you an image from Microsoft Education blog website instead. So, switching back to the teacher's account, click view reflections right here so that you as a teacher sees the reflections and check that polls quickly. And here you'll see the different emotions from your students' platform, different emotions or reflections from the students, again, depending on the option that you chose. So having this tool gauge your students' mood will help you as an educator to be mindful of what's going on with your students and help them accordingly with their social emotional needs. So that's a quick demo tour of Reflect and Flipgrid. So that's our helpful tool for social emotional learning app, and it's free. So to end digital tools this Saturday, please check out Flipgrid and Reflect. Thank you so much. Back to our host.
Karon tayo ng initial learning on how to use it, how to soup it up, at I'm sure ay magagamit natin yan sa SEL journeys natin ngayong may pandemya and even after the pandemic. Thank you po, Teacher Debbie. We really appreciate this.
All right. So thank you very much again, Teacher Debbie. And of course, we equally thank you din po yung previous speakers natin. And with that being said, we would like to invite again our speakers po para naman po sa awarding ng certificates natin that will of DepEd EdTech Unit's representative. May I call on also Teacher Rubilin to award our certificates for our speakers.
Good morning po, Teacher Rubilin.
Hi, Teacher Rubilin.
Hello, good morning, everyone. All right, so we are so glad to have our great speakers this morning, Teacher Claude. We have also Teacher Debbie and Teacher Kathy.
Hi po.
So, yes, so it's on behalf of ICTS and Tech Unit, we'll be giving you our tokens in a form of certificate. Let me share my screen. Right.
Sige po, habang hinihintay po natin ang pag-share ng screen, may mga comments po dito. Sakto lang, hindi masyadong mabilis ang demo. Congrats po and thank you, Teacher Debbie. This is coming from Nerissa Dayanan. At sabi po ni Ana Welin Bakar, I like that Reflect na apps. Ayan po. Thank you po again, Teacher Debbie, for the talk kanina. Okay po, again, Ms. Rubilin.
Yes, so let me read the citations. Republika ng Pilipinas, Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Services, DepEd Complex, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City. Certificate of Appreciation is presented to Catherine Elihido of a guidance counselor of King Solomon Christian School for sharing her valuable knowledge as guest speaker during Tech Talks for All, reaching out through and beyond the screen webinar conducted by the ICTS Educational Technology Unit on May 8, 2021. So given this 8th day of May 2021 in DepEd Central Office, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City, Philippines, under the OUA Memo 0004210136. And it is signed by our head of ICTS ETU, Sir Mark Anthony C.C. And also, it is signed by the Director 4 of ICTS, Sir Abram Y.C. Abanil, and of course, our Undersecretary for Administration, Elaine Delby Pasqua. Thank you so much, Ma'am Catherine.
Thank you po for the award. Thank you po.
And we have also a certificate of appreciation presented to Ma'am Catherine Claudette K. Avellino Tando, a family life and child development specialist, for sharing her valuable knowledge as guest speaker during Tech Talks for All, reaching out through and beyond the screen webinar conducted by the ICTS Educational Technology Unit on May 8, 2021. So given this 8th day of May 2021 in the Central Office, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City, Philippines, OUA Memo 0004210136. So signed by the head of ICTS, ETU Mark Anthony CC, Director 4 of ICTS, Abram YC Abanil, and Undersecretary for Administration, Elaine Delby Pasqua. And thank you so much, Ma'am Catherine, for
Thank
your
you.
presentation this morning. And
Thank you.
another certificate of appreciation presented to Miss Debbie Kalinacion, a master trainer of Adventist Technologies Incorporated, for sharing her valuable knowledge as guest speaker during Tech Talks for All, reaching out through and beyond the screen webinar conducted by the ICTS Educational Technology Unit on May 8, 2021. Given this 8th day of May 2021 in the Central Office, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City, Philippines. Signed by the head of ICTS, ETU Mark Anthony CC, Director 4 of ICTS, Abram YC Abanil, and Undersecretary for Administration, Elaine Delby Pasqua. Once again, thank you so much, Ms. Debbie.
Thank you po and congratulations to all at thank you po for awarding Miss Rubelin. Thank you very much. Now, Teacher Zari, what are we going to expect today and the rest of the week and next week po? Ano po ba mga final reminders natin before we end
Ayan.
our program?
Thank you, Sir PJ. And again, thank you again to our speakers. Ayan, sabi nga natin mga commenters, they appreciate all your expertise that you shared today. And of course, later on, tama po ba ako, Teacher Rubelin, we will be having another session. Naka-unmute po kayo ata, ma'am.
Okay. At saka for everyone else, tomorrow po is Mother's Day. Ayan. So sa nabanggit nga po natin ngayon, kanina din, binabati ko po kayo ng Mother's Day at enjoy the rest of the week, of the weekend. At sabi nga po nila sa mga nanay daw po dyan, let's give them time to relax, di ba? To enjoy that day. Okay, again, Ms. Rubelin, ano po yung
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for watching Tech Talks for All this morning. And you can claim your certificate in our PEDI LMS, Professional Development ng LMS po ng Department of Education at www.deped.gov.ph. Yung nasa baba dyan, that's where to claim the certificate. Yun, yung www.training.deped.gov.ph. At syempre po, you need to answer our evaluation for today's morning. I know po, busog na busog po kayo sa kaalaman na nakuha natin sa napakagaling nating mga speakers. So please, puntahan nyo dyan sa https://mytechtalk.may8 para po malaman din po namin kung ano yung kagustuhan ninyo sa susunod pa na mga trainings na ibibigay ng Tech Talks. At syempre po, hindi pa tayo tapos kasi po, pag pupunta po kayo sa PDLMS, may pa-quiz po doon for Tech Talk. Then, mamayang hapon po at exactly 1 o'clock, may Tech Talk naman po. Then, tatapusin nyo yung evaluation doon at syempre yung yung mga pa-quiz doon. Pag nasagot nyo, kompleto yung buong araw natin ngayong Sabado, makukuha nyo yung Certificate of Participation. At hindi lang yan. Pag nabuo nyo o nakompleto nyo yung sessions natin, sa buong May, for the whole month of May, magkakaroon po kayo ng national certificate na Certificate of Recognition naman. Ayan. So, at syempre po, Yung mga hindi nakapanood ngayon, huwag kayo mag-alala. Kasi po, napaka-generous po ng mga tao dito sa EdTech Unit eh. May team replay po tayo. Alam niyo ba yon? Yung hindi
Wow.
nakapanood ngayon, may chance pa po kayo. Marami pa nga chances eh. Whole month kasi yon. So, pag pumunta kayo sa PDLMS ng DepEd, pwede niyong i-review doon yung mga videos at sagutan nyo lang yung mga pa-quiz na yan at makukuha nyo yung certificate of recognition or certificate of completion. Ayan. Back
Thank
to
you
you,
Thank
very
you
Sir
much
po.
po.
Thank you po, Ms. Rubilin. Teacher Zari, final reminders po.
All right. So, thank you very much everyone for being with us today. Next week po ulit, meron pa po tayong panibagong session and we will have another set of wonderful speakers. So, we expect you teachers to come back and watch us and join us again for another session for Tech Talks. All right. This is again for everyone. Tech Talks for all. And that's it from me, Sir PJ.
Thank you very, very much, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your weekend. Humayo kayo at magparami ng blessings. Magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Stay safe always.
God bless you all
Thank you
po.
po. Keep safe.
Bye-bye!
Daghang salamat sa pagsama